Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Bandwidth for TWiT specials is provided by CacheFly at CACHEFLY.com. This is TWiT Live special number 326, recorded Wednesday, October 4th, 2017, made by Google. Welcome to TWiT Live special. I got a number here, 326. Leo Laporte here with the wonderful Florence Ion. Oh, that flow from All About Android. And we're here to talk not just about Android, but a lot of stuff because this is going to be, I think, the largest product announcement for Google in ages. We're expecting new phones, 2 or 3, not clear, probably 2. We're expecting a new laptop, a new Chromebook, a Pixelbook. We're expecting maybe a new, and already they've gone to the stage. So let's go to the stage. We're going to do as we always do with these events, broadcast the stream that Google is broadcasting live on YouTube. If you wish to just have Google's stream, you can just go there and watch it. See if we know anybody. That looks like...
Hey, there's our All About Android guest from last night, Jason from Ostroid.
And if you want to hear what we have to say, we'll be commenting on it. It's kind of glossing it. We'll still let them talk, but we will give you our expert opinions of what Google's saying. This is at the San Francisco Jazz Center.
Yep.
Do you know anything about that?
It was opened a couple of years ago.
Continue to show the stream if you can.
It's beautiful. It's the acoustics are great.
As you can see. And Google did this at Google I/O. They had these weird DJ guys playing music with Android.
They were camping out behind us in like little towers at the shoreline.
Yeah.
That's where they placed them.
And they do this all with Android devices. I think part of the point, at least I thought at Google I/O, was to show that you can make music with Android despite its bad reputation.
Yes, despite the previous touch delays that have been talked about.
Yeah. So we got even more leaks this morning.
We did. We got a leak from Verizon's... here we go,
Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, and a really nice guy, formerly in charge of Chrome
Really
OS.
nice.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. As we were preparing for this event, we were all devastated by the news coming out of Las Vegas, as I'm sure all of you were. And that's coming off a challenging past few weeks with Hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria, and other events around the world. It's been hard to see the suffering, but I've been moved and inspired by everyday heroism. People opening up their homes, and to first responders literally risking their lives to save other people. Our hearts and prayers are with the victims and families impacted by these terrible events. We are working closely with many relief agencies in affected areas, and we are committed to doing our part. It's a true privilege to be at the SF Jazz Center. It's a great American institution for jazz performance and education. And it's really good to see familiar faces in the audience.
I kind of appreciate it.
As always, I want to give a shout out to people joining us on the live stream globally from around the world. Since last year and since Google I/O, we've been working hard, continuing our shift from a mobile-first to an AI-first world. We are rethinking all our core products and working hard to solve user problems by applying machine learning and AI. Let me give you an example. Recently, I visited Lagos in Nigeria. It's a city of 21 million people. It's an incredibly dynamic, vibrant, and ever-growing city. Many people are coming online for the first time. So it's very exciting, unless you happen to be in the Google Maps team and you have to map the city. And it is changing so fast. And normally, we map a place by using Street View and doing a lot of stuff automatically. But it's difficult to do that in a place like Lagos because the city is changing. You can't always see the signage clearly. And there are variable address conventions. Things are insequential. So for example, take that house there. If you squint hard, you can see the street number there. It is number 3 to the left of the gate. That was relatively easy. On to a harder problem now. That house, that's what we see from Street View. I think as humans, it's probably pretty hard. Maybe one or two of you can spot it out. But our computer vision systems, thanks to machine learning, can pick it out, identify the street number.
I don't even know what that is.
And start mapping the house.
A lot of parts of the world don't even have street numbers.
Nope.
Venice, there aren't street numbers exactly.
And just in 5 months, the team was able to map 5,000 kilometers of new roads, 50,000 new addresses, and 100,000 businesses. And it's something which makes a real difference for millions of users there, as Google Maps is popular. And we think this approach is broadly applicable. Let's come closer to home. Parking in San Francisco.
He's going to use examples of artificial intelligence that don't worry people about privacy, right?
Right. To solve
no, we're not using this to data mine you.
No, we're helping you to get around the city.
Circling around. And the color shows the density of parking, and we can analyze it throughout the day and predict parking difficulty.
When's the last time you think Sundar parked his own car?
Well, he doesn't have to, right?
They park themselves. Kind of everyday use case
good point.
which we are using machine learning to make a difference. The best example I can think of, what we've talked before, is Google Translation. I literally remember many years ago adding translation in Chrome and making it automatic so that if you land in a page different from your language, we do that for you. Fast forward to today, with the power of machine learning and our neural machine translation, we serve over 2 billion translations in many, many languages every single day.
That has kind of crept up on us.
To me, shows the power of staying at a problem.
Really good.
Google Translate?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
Fantastic.
It's the Babel fish, and it just kind of crept up on us.
It can talk for you.
This is why we are excited about the shift from a mobile-first to an AI-first world. It is not just about applying machine learning.
That was the theme of Google I/O, of course.
In our products.
They're keeping this thing
it's
going.
Radically rethinking how computing should work. At a higher level, in an AI-first world, I believe computers should adapt to how people live their lives, rather than people having to adapt to computers. And so we think about 4 core attributes as part of this experience. First, people should be able to interact with computing in a natural and seamless way.
I'm watching the hashtag
Mobile took us a step in this direction with multitasking.
That seems to be the busiest hashtag on Twitter right now.
It needs to be conversational, sensory. We need to be able to use our voice,
accessory certification,
like
and vision to make the experience much more
Apple's
Second,
made for iPhone.
It is going to be ambient. Computing is going to evolve beyond the phone, be there in many screens, around you when you need it, working for you. Third, we think it needs to be thoughtfully contextual. Mobile gave us limited context. With identity, your location, we were able to improve the experience significantly. In an AI-first world, we can have a lot more context and apply it thoughtfully. For example, if you're into fitness and you land in a new city, we can suggest running routes, maybe gyms nearby, and healthy eating options. And in my case, being a vegetarian and having a weakness for desserts, maybe suggest the right restaurants for me. Finally, and probably the most important of it all, computing needs to learn and adapt constantly over time. It just doesn't work that way today. In mobile, developers write software and constantly ship updates. But let me give a small example. I use Google Calendar all the time. On Sundays, I try to get a weekly view of how my week looks like. But once the work week starts, say on a Monday or a Tuesday, I'm trying to get a view into what the next few hours looks like. I have to constantly toggle back and forth.
I have to say,
Google Calendar
Sundar really is more human than almost any other CEO who does these events.
I agree.
Including Tim Cook. Tim, who's very real and emotional. Yeah. But Sundar feels like one of us almost.
I agree.
To learn and adapt. And that applies to important things like security and privacy as well.
He's not your typical CEO.
Today, a lot of us deal with security and privacy.
Me too. I had a great conversation
with
him. It's very nice. Very smart.
We give them many settings and toggles to improve those. But in an AI-first world, we can learn and adapt and do it thoughtfully for our users. For example, if it's a notification for your doctor's appointment, we need to treat it sensitively and differently than just telling you when you need to start driving to work.
As Bleak in our chat room says,
So
Sundar's chill.
We're really excited by the shift, and that's why we are here today. We've been working on software and hardware together because that's the best way to drive the shifts in computing forward. But we think we are at a unique moment in time where we can bring a combination of AI and software and hardware to bring a different perspective to solving problems for users. And we're very confident about our approach here because we are at the forefront of driving the shifts with AI. 3 months ago at Google I/O, our Google AI teams announced a new approach called AutoML. AutoML is just our machines automatically generating machine learning models.
Florence, I think it is generally agreed that Google is the leader in using big data and machine learning to improve its AI. I can't think of a competitor. Maybe
Microsoft.
Microsoft, yeah.
Well, that's just because I saw some Microsofties make comments this morning on Twitter.
I feel like Google, because they know more, frankly, about us than anybody.
Well, we give them all that data.
Android, yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of developers to be able to do it.
And I know Facebook
we've been working on this technology
probably is interested in this, but they don't seem to be using it.
Just in the past month,
yeah, I don't know if it's as a
task like image classification.
Geez, what's the word? Polished?
Images,
as Google.
Are now
Apple's doing it, but they don't have the data that Google has,
Yeah.
so intentionally.
Human-generated models, but they are more resource.
You know who has the data? But a lot of it is
Pretty
Amazon.
amazing to see.
Oh yeah, that's really true.
We're now taking it a step further. Let me talk about another use case, object detection.
And they're very
When
actively
we
trying to
say
acquire
object
more.
detection, just a fancy name for computers trying to delineate and understand images, being able to draw bounding boxes and distinguish between all the vehicles there.
It's really
Scooters,
interesting.
Mopeds,
This was
motorcycles, and
since
even
the
pick out the
60s.
bike in front.
This has been a
There's a
goal
lot of
of
practical use
computer
cases.
scientists going back to
Street
Marvin
View
Minsky
example
and
for
the early
Legos
days of artificial
works
intelligence,
based on object
and went through a really down
Google
cycle where
Lens,
people just
which
said,
you'll
no,
hear
it turns
about
out too
later,
hard. You can't do it.
As well as our photography in Pixel.
But we have made
uses
huge
object
strides all
detection.
of a sudden in
This
things
is really
like
hard to do.
recognizing and
The
detecting
best
objects. That,
human-generated models we have only
again,
have
gradually snuck up
39%
on us.
accuracy.
But
It
Google's
really
doing this
did.
really
AutoML
well.
models,
It did sneak up on
as
us.
of the past couple of weeks,
You're seeing it in
have
photography
reached
and the
around
Pixel and
43% accuracy. They're constantly getting better.
Google Photos,
The
mapping.
rate at which we are seeing progress with AI is amazing, which is why we are really excited about combining it with our software and hardware to bring it together for our users. Let me give you a concrete example. I was recently very inspired by this tweet from a journalist who was attending the Little League World Series. As you can see, there are 2 Little Leaguers here, one from Dominican Republic and the other from South Dakota, and they're talking to each other using Google Translate.
Oh my God, that's cool.
It's a great example, but I looked at it and I feel like we could do a whole lot better. Computing needs to evolve where this happens in a more natural, seamless, and a conversational way.
Microsoft does this in Skype, which
Later
is
today,
pretty
you'll
impressive.
get an early glimpse of how we can push
In a much
this
more natural
experience
environment. You're
further
talking to one
by
another.
thinking about AI, software, and hardware together. I couldn't be more excited by the direction our hardware team is taking and approaching their work here. So to give you a lot more insights, let me welcome Rick onto the stage. Thank you.
Rick Osterloh, who is now, what came from Motorola, was the guy who put the Moto X on the map and is now in charge of all hardware at Google. And a great guy we were just talking about him before the show. Another real person.
I want to welcome everyone here today, Google fans, the media. In the front row, we have some of our top sales reps from Verizon and other partners. It's great to have you all here. Yes.
Those are the people who applaud.
Yes.
Welcome. We've got a lot to show you today, including a few surprises. So
I like
thought
that
I would
he's doing the
quickly
hardware
set the scene
announcement,
and
though,
explain
because he
what
didn't
we've
get
been working
any
towards,
FaceTime at Google
just how it
I/O.
ties into the vision that Sundar outlined. A year ago, we stood on a slightly smaller stage and introduced the world to Google Pixel, Home, and Wi-Fi, Chromecast Ultra, and Daydream View. This is the first generation of hardware made by Google. So much has happened since then, and we've made tremendous progress in our first year. For starters, our team is getting a lot bigger. We're bringing on 2,000 very talented engineers from HTC,
Yes.
along with
Yes,
some
you are.
important IP. It's an amazing team that's created a series of industry-first innovations.
And they only cost us $1.2 billion.
We'll be able to better integrate Google hardware and software. And our products have built up a lot of momentum going into our
I think that's a good
year.
get, though, don't you?
Let's
The
take a
HTC
look.
No,
team.
I agree. It was a good get.
Okay,
HTC
Google.
says we're still going to make phones. I don't understand how.
Probably
For
like
Google.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, I'm thinking maybe like the mid-range, low-end market.
Yeah.
Das Pixel XL und das Pixel. It's called Google Home, the new way to make your home a little bit smarter.
So these
Google
are previous
debuted a new virtual reality
Google
headset.
announcements.
Get the Daydream View.
Most of which will be, in fact, all of those will be updated today, including the Daydream, according to rumor.
I hope the Daydream gets
Yeah.
Okay, Google. Take
better. Oh, there's Gigi Hadid, of course.
Gotta have her.
We got to put the
YouTube star.
millennials in there.
Yep.
4 stars and editor's choice.
Okay, Google, show me a video of a kangaroo.
Oh, yes, the Modern Family cameo.
That was very annoying. Did you enjoy it? You liked it. You're looking like you liked it.
I
Okay.
did. It's
Oh,
like,
did you see Marcus Brownlee?
yeah.
Yep.
Every picture, unlimited space. Mama got a new toy.
It can recognize
two of those, by the way.
Enter Google Assistant.
She's so smart.
She's just amazing.
Let me see what else my Google Assistant can do.
Hey Google, call Carrie.
Ok Google, joue-moi du beatbox.
What is a dog?
That's your question. What is a dog?
Oh, I didn't know. Kimmel did the whole thing.
Conan.
It is amazing what it can do.
I think we got a winner.
They're really
Five?
featuring, though, of course, all the uncritical, positive
Okay, Google.
YouTube
What's
stars,
next?
TV stars. Not really the tech
Pop culture.
not the tech journalists, who also, we should be fair, do generally
Although
like these.
they did show a lot of Verge articles.
We're still
Okay.
in the early days of our hardware line,
Okay.
but we're off to a
there you go.
Sundar retweeted The Verge this morning.
thrilled to
So
announce
Well.
that there are now 55 million Chromecast devices around the world.
and I
don't-
have 3 of them.
I have like 20. I kept buying them. I couldn't.
Selling mesh router since its launch.
Is that
in the US
true?
and
That's
Canada.
that's surprising. Since
You
it's
know
not
what?
The best.
I am on a different. I'm on the Samsung mesh router, and I have to
Assistant has
say
gotten a
the
lot
Google
smarter
one
thanks
gave
to
me
Google.
no problems.
We've
And
added more than
I've used them all.
100
Google is the
million
weakest of the
new
bunch.
yeah,
unique
I remember that. I was on
featured
that
snippets
show
from
with
the
you.
web,
Yep.
Screensavers.
video results from YouTube, and new local places in
I like
Google Maps.
I like
and
Google
a lot
Home, but
more.
it's tough competition with the Amazon
And
Echo.
Pixel had a great year.
And of course, Echo had a huge win this
I just
morning
wish we
when
had a few
Sonos
more of them
announced
to
its
go
Echo
around.
Yes.
But user
compatibility.
satisfaction
No Google Assistant
among
compatibility.
Pixel
It's all
owners
No.
is among the highest of any Google product ever.
Good for Amazon though.
Oh yeah.
Industry analysts and the media gave Pixel rave reviews too. Our performance scores led the industry, and Pixel had the best and top-rated smartphone camera.
Not anymore.
Nope.
iPhone, according to
really
DxOMark,
proud of how
iPhone
well
and,
the Pixel
and
did.
Note 8.
Note 8. Yep.
For our first-generation smartphone in such a competitive
But-
space.
It's Google's turn.
Well, you all know this better than anyone, but the playing field for hardware components is leveling off. And I don't envy those of you who have to write reviews for a bunch of smartphones.
Lauren Good on The Verge says
very
Rick
similar
Osterloh's
specs.
aesthetic today is very
Megapixels
John Wick
the
in
camera,
retirement.
Processor speed, modem throughput, battery life,
Fair.
display
Jammies,
quality.
kind of.
These core features are
I was
table
going to say
stakes now.
something, but
Moore's law
I was
of
too,
standard scaling
actually.
I didn't
for
wanna-
I
in
like
the
it.
past.
It's soft.
It's very
cash.
To be
Google.
honest,
Yeah, it's very
It's
Google.
going to be tougher and tougher.
But I do believe he
for
lifts,
people to
bro.
develop new, exciting products each year, because that's no longer the timetable for big leaps forward in hardware alone.
Definitely showing off some guns.
And that's why we're taking a very different approach at Google. As I said last year, the next big innovation will happen at the intersection of AI, software, and hardware.
okay.
Smartphones might be reaching parity on their specs, but as we just heard from Sundar, we're seeing huge breakthroughs in the kinds of experiences we're able to deliver to users. And it all starts with reimagining hardware from the inside out. AI and machine learning have helped us to do this across our products.
Equals
For
Skynet.
one, Pixel
Oh, sorry.
completely revolutionized the end-to-end photo experience for users and removes all of the hassles. Machine learning works throughout the
Google
experience to make your
Photos is
Pixel
by
photos
far
more
my
vibrant.
favorite
Yeah.
app.
Smooth out
on
your
Apple's
video.
caught up, though, considerably.
all
I have to
those
say, with
thousands
Apple's
of
photos,
memories
without the
easy
kinds
to
of
find
inputs that
on any
Google
of your
has,
devices.
again.
We did
Apple
the
does a lot
same
of
thing
stuff
with
on
home
phone.
networks. Google
They're
Wi-Fi
clearly
uses
trying to keep up.
machine learning not
Yeah,
only to keep
you
the
have to with
signal
the photos
strong,
thing.
but
pretty
to
powerful.
reduce Wi-Fi congestion. While you're moving throughout the house, your router is intelligently transitioning your devices to the best Wi-Fi point and placing you on the right channel. When you're using the Assistant on Google Home, you'll notice it can pick up your voice even in a noisy room. Our deep learning capabilities and neural beamforming
can tell
help
if
Google
you're
Home
talking to
locate
it
the source
or
of sound and hear you accurately.
someone else.
So we can do with
My
just
Google
two
Home goes off
microphones,
far
when
more
others
often
normally need 6 or 8.
than my Echo.
Yeah.
Inadvertently,
I
doesn't
agree.
it? I hear
Yeah.
that bloop all the time.
Because I have an Echo Dot as well.
Yeah, when I'm watching TV,
It's this
bloop, all the time.
combination of AI, software, and hardware working together that provides a helpful experience for our users. And that's where the big leaps forward are going to happen in the next 10 years. We're still in the early days for our hardware line, but we know what it takes to build great products in a crowded field. We weren't first with many of our most successful products. Gmail, Chrome, Android, and even search.
They were first with
But in each
Gmail in the
case,
sense it was.
we succeeded by doing
I remember
what we're
when
best
that
It was the
came
first
out.
web app.
reimagining the experience to make it radically helpful for the user. And as you'll hear today, our next
that man on his
generation of
phone?
devices.
I don't know why they showed that. I'm kind of bored. Just
Fast.
checking Instagram, no
They're there
problem.
when you need them. They're simple to use, and they anticipate your needs. Everything is designed for you.
Could have talked to the director
Keep
here.
the tech in the background and out of your way. Interact with your devices naturally through your voice or by touching them. And by building hardware around our AI and
Radically
software,
helpful.
we're creating products that get even better over time.
This is Apple, too, is trying to
constantly
control the full
getting
stack.
faster, more
Apple
helpful,
wants to do
the
hardware,
more you interact
software,
with them.
and it was
Thanks
always
to machine
Apple's
learning.
special sauce, and Google's trying to
As
do
a
this, too.
family,
Explains why Google's
made
doing
by
so much
Google
hardware all of a
products
sudden.
represent the ultimate
Microsoft,
Google
too, for that
experience.
matter.
Yep.
Today, we're going to show you how we're creating a family of products that are there when you need them. At work,
This is a really long
at
lead,
school,
by the way.
and on the go. But we're going to start with the most important place, your home.
We're finally to the first
So let's
chapter.
hear next from Rishi Chandra, who leads our home team. Over to you, Rishi.
Yeah, I don't know if we learned anything there about Google's strategy or...
Thank you, Rick.
That's a giant
It's been
Pixel
a
phone.
really exciting year for us. Google Home was the first product to bring the Google Assistant to the home. And we've been constantly learning from our users so that we can make the Assistant radically helpful for you.
All right, Google Home was first
For
up.
example, as Rick mentioned, in the last year, we can answer over
gonna
100
save the best
million
for
new
last?
questions.
Which would be the Pixels,
And the best part
I'm
is,
assuming.
Yeah,
you don't have to
that
talk
makes
like
sense.
a computer or teach Google Home any new skills. It just works. Now, we're really happy with the positive feedback thus far. But we know this is a journey. So we've been working hard to bring Google Home to more people and more countries. This year, we launched in 5 new countries.
Chandra's been with
And we're
Google
happy to announce that we'll be
for
launching
11
in
years.
Japan later
Helped
this week.
launch Google Apps,
Oh, wow.
Google TV. Whatever happened to that?
Well, now
Now,
Android
bringing
TV.
the Assistant
but
to people
Google doesn't
all
make
around the
one.
world is
No.
no easy task.
He
We
launched
had to make sure we
Chromecast,
can
now he's in
understand
charge
people
of
of different age groups,
home products.
genders, and accents.
Okay, makes sense. He's
We
on
trained
stage.
the Assistant at a scale that only Google could, with over 50 million voice samples from hundreds of different ambient
There's
environments.
a dog named Taco.
Oh.
We've been investing in voice search for over a decade, which is why we have the best voice recognition in the world. Now, earlier this year,
if
we had
I
a
had,
major breakthrough.
you know, an
with the
assistant in my
ability
head,
to
I would know
recognize
that.
Your
Which is
voice.
That's
We
Rishi
call it
Chandra.
voice match.
He has a dog named Taco.
It's very
With your
Star
permission,
Trek-y.
we build a model of your voice by looking at dozens of different voice characteristics, like vocal construct,
Do you
pitch,
do training
and tone.
with the Google Home?
This
Oh,
is a
what do you
really
mean?
Like, do you
big
train
deal.
it with your voice, or does it learn? It
Google
sounds
Home's
like he's
great
implying
for
that
the
it
whole family,
learns.
But it doesn't mean I want to
'Cause
get
you
the
can do
same
different
answer to
people.
every
You
question.
can.
Yeah.
An assistant can only be truly useful if it knows who you are. And with Voice Match, we're the
That is-
only assistant
that is the-
can bring
it's- yeah,
personal
that's
help
unique.
to each individual member of your household. So when you ask a
And
question,
it does it without training.
we
which
match
is
your
nice.
voice,
That's
and we
what makes
respond
it
with your
contextual.
calendar,
Yeah.
your commute, and your personal reminders. Now, Voice Match has already become one of the most popular features on Google Home today. Over half of all queries are from people who've trained the assistant to recognize their voice.
Oh, you do train it. All right.
And starting
Never
today,
mind.
we're rolling out Voice Match to all 7 countries Google Home will be available. Now, another popular feature
All 7
is hands-free
countries where
calling.
it is available.
You can use your Google
Okay,
Home to call any landline or mobile number in the US or
Worth
Canada
mentioning
for free,
Australia. I just got this
without any
product
additional
about a month
apps or
ago.
accessories. It just works. And I'm happy to announce that we'll be bringing hands-free calling to the UK later this year.
This is something Amazon just added to its
today.
Echo.
Yesterday.
Your own personal mobile number. So whoever you're calling will know it's you. You just need to verify your number through the Google Home app. And of course, with Voice Match, we can recognize your voice to make sure we call your contact with your personal number.
Is there seriously a number up on screen right now?
Google built right in.
650 number.
Let's call it.
Hey, Google, call the bakery on 24th Street.
Okay, calling Noe Valley Bakery.
Oh.
We do the hard work.
Can I order something?
Which business you want to call, thanks to Google's deep expertise in local search. Making a call has never been easier. Now, we have a lot of great news to share with you today.
I received a call.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was at dinner. Somebody called me. And I didn't recognize the number. And I thought, well, what the heck? And I answered it. And it was a guy said, it was great. He said, I'm on my Google Home right now. I said, get closer.
Thank you, Rishi. I'm thrilled to share with you how we think design is redefining technology in the home.
She does not have a dog named
You heard Rick
Taco.
mention earlier today that everything in our hardware line is designed to fit into your life.
She looks like she has a beautiful Persian at home, beautiful Persian cat.
Yes.
And people are very selective about what they welcome into it.
She was a designer with
plastic,
Google
complicated
Glass.
buttons, and random blinking lights.
Oh, I want to pick her brain.
Our vision is to build simple, helpful solutions
She's the
that
head of
work in the
industrial
background,
design for
help
home
you
wearables.
I really
and
want to pick her
CMS.
brain.
out of the way
Yes.
when you don't. So here's what that means to us.
Hence the beautiful
We
pictures of
design
modern
the
homes
spaces
behind her.
our products live in. And we take inspiration from the
Google's always
materials
had the
and
rap
colors
that they don't have design, that Apple's the design.
That's not true.
Apple
Look
has
at material
taste.
design. It's just a different design.
Yeah, but boy, you look at the Pixel and you wonder who designed that.
HTC.
Yeah, that's ugly. And I don't know if it's going to get better looking. It's very industrial.
And lastly, the way you
what I
interact
liked
with our
last year.
products has to be so
This year.
intuitive, you never even have to think about it, and so simple that the entire household can use it. With that, we are introducing Mini, the newest member of the Google Home
She said
family.
Mini. So this was, as rumored, a small hockey puck fabric-covered size version of the home. Like the dot.
Comes in 3 colors: coral, this color, and then a darker gray. I only care about coral because it's the pretty orangey pink one.
It makes Google Home more accessible to more people in more rooms. And as you can see, almost the entire enclosure is made out of fabric. And it's not just about aesthetics. It's core to the product experience.
But it is
That is why we created this material from scratch, right down to the yarn.
Wow.
It needed to be durable and soft, but also transparent
this looks like a
enough to
fabric
let through
softener
both light
commercial
and sound.
going on right now, actually.
This perfect balance allows for all of Mini's technology
people who use
to be
Google
thoughtfully
products
tucked
care
away
about the
underneath
fabric?
the
Yes,
simple
I care.
enclosure.
Okay.
That's what attracted me to the
That's
home.
why you're here
The 4
for.
LED lights
Exactly.
under the fabric are there when you need them, lighting up to show you that it hears you or it's thinking. And you can control it by touch.
As I said, I see those
Give the
dots a
fabric
lot.
quick
It seems to be
tap
thinking all
pause
the
your
time.
music, adjust the volume, or talk to your assistant.
So it has touch controls on the
We
top.
thought a lot about how to get great sound with such a
And it
small
kind of
product,
blows
too.
through the fabric.
We embraced Mini's circular shape to
This is
project
interesting.
360-degree sound.
So unlike the dot,
it's
they are going to
really
try to
crisp,
put a speaker
no
in
matter
there.
where you stand in
That
the
sounds
room.
good.
You'll be
It looks like it
surprised
is just-
how
It's all
amazing
speaker.
the
It's all
quality
speaker.
is. And if you want bigger sound, you can easily connect Mini to any Chromecast.
This is
built-in
much like the
speaker
Echo Dot in that
wirelessly.
respect. Wirelessly.
We created
I
Mini
might be buying one
in
of
3
these.
beautiful colors: coral, chalk, and
Chalk.
charcoal.
Now you know. That's chalk.
Color really matters in the home.
I don't
This is
want
the
an
place
orange
where we choose
dot
our
in my,
drapes and
I
carpets
I
and
wonder
pink
if
colors with
it's
so
got to look
much
different
care.
in real life.
We brought that same level of care.
It's kind of orange. It's not coral.
Yeah.
Maybe
For the
that's just.
chalk color alone, it took us 157 tries before we found the perfect shade of gray.
See,
157
that's
shades of
Google
gray,
Home.
huh?
Who's the audience for that?
Power of the Google
Who's the audience of that? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Your white noise machine in the nursery. Your voice remote for your TV in the living room.
She did say that, didn't she?
Or your
150
alarm
shades
clock
of
in
gray.
the
She
bedroom.
did. Well, she avoided
all of
saying
the
it.
above.
I said the
Mini will retail for just $49
$50
in the US.
same as the dot
And it's
ish, same ish. Available in stores very soon, October 19th.
And it's going to be available for pre-order online starting today.
Starting today.
Right now,
in stores starting October 19th from major retailers.
I better pre-order my Coral.
Also really happy to announce that Mini is coming to all 7
Australia,
Google Home
Canada,
countries.
France, Germany, Japan, UK,
So with
and
that,
the US.
let's take a look at this ad that we launched later this week.
Oh, yeah.
She's the designer, so she's going to talk a lot about
thing?
fabric colors.
Well, it's Google Home Mini. You put
It's
it
interesting though, because you don't. This is. I don't remember Google ever talking about design.
Exactly. I think this is part of their, their new approach, really trying to relate to us. And
They're trying to be Apple.
on TV or that
Stranger
on the
Things.
internet. It can tell you the weather or if
Season
your
2
lights
opens
delayed
later this
because
month.
of the weather.
So
What's
excited.
the difference between you and your husband?
Hey.
So if you go,
Michelle and
"Hey,
Barack
Google, call
Obama?
Alex," it won't call your husband's friend Alex.
kidding.
It'll call your friend Alex.
Calling Alex.
Hey, how are you? Okay, gotta go, girl. Anyway, it's made by the same people who help you find stuff on the internet. So no biggie. It's smaller than a donut.
So this
and
is their
weighs less
ad
than
they'll be
full-grown
showing on
chipmunk
television.
without the nuts. It's powered
Made
by
by the same people who help
So it
you
has Google
find
Maps,
something on the
Google
internet.
Calendar,
Just so you
gets
know
to all
who
your
that
music,
is.
Lots of your
You know
shows,
what? They
all
might
of
have to.
YouTube and lots and lots and
They
lots
might
of
have to
other
do
stuff.
that.
All for less
They're,
than 50
I have to say, their ads are
Google
getting
Home
better
Mini.
and better. They've
Yeah, I
been very
agree.
good in the
Google
last
Help
year or
at
two.
home, like only Google can.
Like only Google can, huh? Is that going to be the new
I believe
motto?
it's as only Google can.
As only Google can.
Yeah, so I'm just saying. No, is it?
Thanks, Isabel.
You're the writer.
We
Like
can't
Google
wait for you
can?
to try out Mini. We also want to share how the Google Assistant
I believe it
continues
should
to
be
get better
as,
over
not
time.
like.
From the start, we've been helping people
I need an
with their
editor.
everyday routines. For example, one of my favorite features is My Day,
That's the problem.
which gives me a
There's no copy
personalized
editors.
briefing of my important events of the day. And with Voice Match, each member of the house can get their own unique start to their morning routine. Well, soon we're going to be extending routines in 2 important ways.
Here we go.
Implies that it can slice
Adding more routines
bread.
to help you with those everyday moments, like getting ready to leave for work,
So he's talking about
coming home in the
routines,
evening, or turning in for the night.
which you can
I
schedule.
have a Google Home sitting right next to an Echo, and they're going to have to do something
Now
like
when I
this
say
for
good
me to
morning,
start using
I
the
not
Home.
only
Just
get
the
my
Echo
personal
does everything I want
But I
it
also
to
can
do.
turn on the lights, start the coffee maker,
Yeah,
and
see,
even play
I
my
don't have
favorite
that
morning
connected
playlist.
home thing going down.
This kind
I've
of
got
helps
that going on
exactly
right
what I
now.
need to get
I'm
my day
starting
started.
it slowly but surely.
What's
Now,
your
another
hub?
ritual for me in the morning.
I am
always
using
looking for my phone
Samsung
before
Smart
heading to
Things,
work.
but I
Well, the
think I
Google
may be
Assistant can help
switching.
there too. Just
Well,
say,
they want
"Hey,
you to,
Google,
obviously.
Find my phone," and we'll automatically ring your Android phone, even
like
if it's
that.
on silent mode.
That's good.
And for iPhone users, we just give you a call. It's good. It saves me 5 to 10 minutes
give you a
every
call?
morning.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
We'll call you.
Because it can't.
Don't call
it can't
us.
ring it. Apple
Now,
won't
we're
let them
also
ring it.
working
so
to
they
make the
have call.
smart home work better for you.
That's funny.
The Google Assistant can now
See,
voice
I'm gonna-
control over
I know some morning
1,000
pick that up and
different
try to
smart
eat
home
it.
products from over 100
Looks like a donut.
It does.
And even more importantly, we brought our
It had
deep
sprinkles.
expertise of natural language processing.
It reminds
to
me
make
of
it easier
mochi
to voice
a
control
little bit.
in a more conversational
Like a
way.
mango mochi.
For example, if I want
ice
to
cream on
change
the
the
inside.
temperature, I shouldn't have to remember the current thermostat setting. I should be able to say, "Hey Google, make it warmer."
Okay, warming up the living room.
Your assistant knows what warmer means.
My
It'll
heater's
just
too
take care
old
of
for a
it.
Nest.
Now, voice control is just the start. We believe the next evolution of the smart home is to bring real intelligence to the home,
making it
so it can behave in a more
warmer.
thoughtful way. Your home should smartly adjust to you, not the other way around.
Should have a devil voice for that.
Google and Nest are working together to
I thought
reimagine
you were
the
going to
smart
make an
home.
explosion sound.
To tell you more, I'd like to welcome Yoki, CTO of Nest.
Yoki. Become Yoki. Hey, boo boo.
So Nest did announce a bunch of products a couple weeks ago. A new security.
Thank you, Rishi.
That's right.
Suite.
Yep.
At Nest, we like to talk about the thoughtful home. One that takes care of the people inside it
It's very
and
interesting
the
that
world
they're doing
around
another
it.
announcement at the Google event.
We recently took a big step forward in achieving that goal
You did.
by doubling our portfolio
You
by
did.
shipping 6
Huge.
new hardware products.
Yeah.
What I love about Nest's growing ecosystem is that we combine the best-in-class hardware and machine learning to help make people's lives easier. And your Nest experience reaches a whole new level when it's combined with Google products. Let me show you 3 examples of how we can provide you with even more help at home.
She was a professor at CMU,
With Nest
Oh, wow.
University of
Google Home,
Washington,
and
director of
Chromecast.
the
We can help
UW
you keep an eye on
Neurobotics
your home,
Lab,
just
Dang.
with your voice.
Center for Sensory
So if you
Motor
hear some
Neural
unexpected
Engineering,
sound in my
MacArthur
front
Fellow in
door,
2007. She was
and
a
I'm in the
Genius
back with
Award
the family
winner.
room without my phone,
Says she worked at
I
Apple.
can just say,
And she invented
okay, Google,
the
show me
term
the entryway.
Neurorobotics.
Everywhere.
Neurorobotics.
And then
Former
I
semi-professional
realized
tennis
it's not
player
an
in
intruder,
Japan.
but my pet pig,
Oh my gosh, she has a pet pig, by the way.
Named Taco?
Cayenne.
Oh, Cayenne.
And she's
Oh,
found
better.
a leftover lunch in my son's backpack.
Oh, dear. That's why
Sadly,
you don't have
this has
pigs in the
happened more
house.
than once.
They're so cute, though.
They're cute
And
until
if
they
I want to
get
keep
to
it for
get
later
sow
for my
size.
kids, I can simply say, "Okay, Google, save me
She's
this
one of the
clip.
3 founding members
Show
of
them
Google
why
X
we
in
don't leave food
2011.
in our
wow.
backpacks."
Very smart
Good
person.
for her.
With our new video doorbell, Nest Hello, we can also start to solve some of our common pain points through Google and Nest integrated computer
They have 4
vision
kids
technologies.
and a pig.
Of course, most of us want
a
to know who's
lot.
at the door.
It's a lot of
because
scraps for the pig to
we-
go
That's a
through.
big house.
Through a feature called Familiar Faces, Nest Hello will be able to recognize the people that you
Right.
asked it to remember.
Right.
So when the doorbell rings and Nest Hello recognizes the person at the door, it will automatically
interesting 'cause,
broadcast
of
that
course,
information to Google Home devices.
Our sponsor Ring has
in the
announced
house.
exactly the same product portfolio around this. But
Right.
it's hard to beat Nest when
Susie
you
is at the
integrate it
front
with
door.
Google's stuff.
Yep.
You don't even have to ask. And
Ring
if
is
Nest
integrating
Hello
with
doesn't know who's
Amazon.
at the
So this
door,
is good. You're starting
you
to
can
see
just
battle
say,
lines form
Yep.
here.
"Okay, Google, show me who's at the front door."
There's a fork in the road. Who are you
And
going
we
to
will
choose,
stream the
Google or
camera
Amazon?
to your TV. This is another great example of what Google and Nest
Can I
do
put this
together.
down now? Thank you.
And this last one is my favorite. Your home can soon get ready for the night just with a simple command.
I love
As
this.
Rishi mentioned,
So
you can
is it the
personalize
case
your
you think the
routine
consumers are now
with
saying,
actions for
which
Nest
platform? Because you really going to,
all I
this
have
has
to
been
say is,
holding back home automation
Google,
since it
good night.
began, is this
Okay,
multitude of
let's get ready
platforms.
for bed. I've armed your security system. Your first calendar event is tomorrow at 9 a.m.
The security
Your
system
alarm
is
is
the
set for
Nest
7
security
a.m.
system.
Right.
Sleep well.
But this is an integrated
background,
platform.
my
Yep.
my
So people are
assistant is
now,
also
and
turning
Apple
my
does not have this
camera
range of
on,
products to offer. They
adjusting
partner
the
with people, but
thermostat,
they don't really have this
turning on the
range.
light.
Amazon doesn't yet.
This really simplifies my life.
Google
and
does,
gives me the peace of
'cause of
mind
Nest.
that I cannot get any other way.
And of course, it's interesting because
Together,
her
Nest and Google deliver an
specialty
ecosystem
is
of products
is
that makes your home
machines that
more
understand you
secure
and talk to
energy
you.
Yep.
efficient, more connected and entertaining.
Look at that
with the
range now when you
best
combine
home
all that.
I mean,
assistant experience.
it's
All right, now it's starting to be
phenomenal.
compelling,
It's
right?
phenomenal.
Yeah, and
Like,
it turns
what else
on your
can I
TV,
say?
and your TV is now a big display
Yes,
that can integrate with all of that.
That's why you buy into an ecosystem.
Yeah, and it's starting to make sense too. An ecosystem. I mean, Chromecast kind of stood alone until you tie it in with
And it
all
all
of this.
plugs and plays seamlessly, or at least I'm finding it to be
On
seamless.
that note,
Google Home
tell you
does
more about
support
Google Assistant. Let me welcome Rishi back on stage.
the Ring doorbell, I believe.
No.
Not anymore?
No.
Thank you, Yoki.
Or rather, I
Making
can't really
a
do
more
routines
thoughtful
with
home
it. It's
is
definitely a
one way
separate
to
Okay.
help
notification
make our
for
joyfully
me.
hectic family lives a little easier. You know, the Google Assistant already provides a lot of help, from using your voice to order more diapers, playing a lullaby in the nursery, checking the traffic to those piano
I
lessons.
think I like the Google Store,
Or
by the
easily
way,
giving
and
Grandma a
the Google
call.
Home a little bit better because you
Now,
can
if you're
like
like
order
me,
from Costco.
Well,
It's
again,
hard
as
to gather the
consumers are
household together.
deciding,
Yeah.
Those family moments. like
that's what they're going to be
dinner time
looking
or
at:
movie
is
night.
what parts of the
Well, to help, we're launching a
family
new
are
feature
there, and do
called
these
Broadcast.
solve the problems I need? Do I need to
Really
go
easy.
outside the
Just say, "Hey,
ecosystem
Google,
to solve a
broadcast,
particular
it's time to
problem?
leave for school.
So you have to be
Got it.
you have to do everything.
Broadcasting now.
The assistant will broadcast the
I
message.
mean, I prefer
to
an
all
open
the other
system, but
Google
we're just
Home
not going to
devices
get that.
in my
We're
house.
just not going to get that.
Really great.
Not for the home.
Parents are going to love this feature.
Well, I wish we
Kids-
would, but
kids are gonna hate
these
this
companies
feature.
don't have any interest. You know,
But
look at
that's what makes
YouTube
it
being,
useful.
they've yanked YouTube from
Speaking of
Amazon's
kids, we
Echo.
think Google
It's
Home
true,
has a lot
that's
of
true.
potential
These companies
with
are
pet-
not
to
going to
help kids
support
and
each other.
Well, no, because how are they going to sell?
They're going to be verticals.
And easy to use.
Well,
Kids are naturally
for
drawn to
consumers, it's better if they
it.
do.
We want to
But
be thoughtful
Yeah.
about what it would take to deliver a great kids experience.
Oh, kids,
We
huh?
conducted research with hundreds of parents and kids from across the country.
Oh, this is the other way
from different
Google gets
backgrounds.
you, is with the kids.
So first, we're announcing support for Family Link accounts on Google Home.
Oh.
These are Google accounts that parents can create for children under 13. They can manage it within the Family Link app. And as we all know, kids have their own unique way of speaking.
They do.
Sometimes it can be a little hard to understand,
Yeah.
even for us parents. Well, fortunately, we've
Imagine
improved our voice recognition
understanding a
accuracy
pig.
for kids, so the assistant can understand them too.
Really?
And finally,
That's kind
we're
of amazing.
introducing
What?
over
I wanna see it in
15 new
action, though.
experiences with the Google Assistant.
How-
I want to see a
how
kid
young?
with a lisp.
Learn something
Like,
new. Explore new interests. Imagine with story time or just share laughs with the whole family. So let me show you how my kids and their friends had some fun.
And of course, you get these kids growing up with Google.
Let's go to the living room.
Google's part of their life. You got them for life.
Ready to see who are
Very true.
Okay, Google, beatbox for me. Hey, Google.
Kids do love to do that. Yeah, they do that with the Amazon as well.
Yeah. It's magic to them.
Hey, Google, play what kind
Still magic to me in some ways.
Okay, Google. What sound does a seal make?
So they are understanding these kids' voices in this promotional video, but that's pretty good.
Google, let's play space trivia.
And look at that coral donut. It looks so friendly.
It does.
Hey, Google, can you tell me a story?
One day, I was hanging out at home with my dad.
Oh, is this Rishi's family?
Whose name was Cinderella.
Where's the cat named Taco? That's cute.
I can tell you, as a parent, it's great to see the kids without their screens and sharing experiences
Google's
together.
really trying to relate.
And it's easy to get started. Just say, hey, Google, let's learn to play science quizzes or talk to an astronaut. Or try, hey, Google, let's play a game to play musical chairs or tackle a riddle.
Musical chairs.
And finally, hey, Google, tell me a story.
On demand.
To hear classics like Snow White or original stories like The Chef Who Loved Potatoes. Now, to bring this to life, we've partnered with Disney. We'll be bringing exclusive experiences to Google Home, featuring Mickey Mouse, Lightning McQueen.
Wow.
Even Apple couldn't get Disney on,
How did they do
on
that?
the Apple TV. This
oh,
is
look at that. Sports Illustrated Kids, Justice League.
And starting today, we're opening up the Actions on Google platform for developers to create experiences
Apple has to be
specifically
furious about
for
this.
families and kids.
Apple used to
All
own
these new
Disney. They
family
were
features will be
Steve
rolled
Jobs
out
was the
later
largest
this month
stockholder
on
in Disney.
all Google Home devices. Okay, finally, I have one more exciting addition to share.
Was that a burn?
It's coming to the Google Home family.
Here we go. Okay.
It's a big speaker. This is the Sonos competitor. Also rumored.
This is, what we were rumoring about. We were hoping to see something that
So large speaker, dual tweeters, dual subs or mids.
Smart sound.
Again, something the Apple HomePod is promising.
Tunes automatically to your space.
So again, this is where consumers are going to be burned because Apple's will support Apple Music, Google's will support Google Music, Amazon will support Amazon Music. One of these guys has to break and support Spotify. That's going to be the breakthrough.
I'm assuming if this has Assistant built in, it'll be just like that.
Can you play Spotify with your Assistant?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to be very obvious when you...
On Spotify, yeah. It's called the Google Home Max.
Yep, and that's what we were
Hard
rumoring.
to tell exactly what the dimensions are, but it looks roughly like a Sonos Play 5 speaker.
Say hello to Max, our biggest and best sounding
Sonos
Google Home
speaker
ever.
It's competing with.
Just like the Pixel reimagined the camera, we'll do the same with sound, with a combination of great hardware and software powered by Google's machine learning capabilities.
Wow.
Now, it starts with a strong foundation of great hardware. The first thing you'll notice is how we obsessed over the bass. It's two 4.5-inch
on
woofers
Twitter
have
talking
22
about
millimeters of excursion,
Apple.
an extremely high range
Google's
for their
coming
size.
for you.
Yeah,
That means
very
these
much so.
woofers can move a lot of air.
And
Max
Sonos,
can
although
really hit
Sonos
those
isn't
low
a huge
frequencies.
player in this.
And Max can play loud.
I feel like the enthusiasts
loud.
are really
It's one
going
of
to
20
appreciate the
times
Sonos
more powerful than
ecosystem.
Google Home. So it'll fill any room in your house with amazing audio.
This is more consumer grade.
Right.
Now,
You
great
buy this for
hardware
your
alone isn't
parents,
sufficient
you know.
for great sound.
You buy this for the
challenge of
house.
speakers today is that they're tuned for ideal acoustic conditions.
This is what people want, though. They
fall
don't want to
short
buy a
in the real
stereo
world.
anymore. They want to buy this.
That's why it always sounds different in the store than in your home.
Price point on this for a
Sounds great,
Sonos would be about $400 or
speaker needs to
$500.
adjust
I'll be curious what
you
they
and
price
your
this
home.
at.
Oh, yeah.
So today
Drum
we're
roll,
announcing
please.
Smart Sound, a new audio experience powered by Google's AI.
The HomePod lets
It
you
allows
put in
Max
2
to adapt
and get
to you,
stereo,
your
5
environment,
and get
your
surround.
context,
See if Google does
your
that.
preferences. So for example, if you set up a speaker near a wall, on a shelf, in a
Yeah,
corner,
this is what
fairly
Apple was
common places,
promising as well.
it can dramatically change the sound balance of the speaker and make the music sound muddy
Apple's
and the vocals
HomePod
lose
is a
clarity.
little smaller and a lot
with
smaller.
Smart Sound,
and
we
won't be available
automatically
till the end of the
tune
year.
the
Let's see
speaker
when
correct for this
Google
effect.
price point and
Using a machine learning model
availability.
trained with thousands of different room configurations. What's really cool, this is all done dynamically. So if you decide to move Max a few feet, it'll compensate within seconds. And over time, Smart Sound will automatically adapt the sound to fit your context, lowering the volume in the morning, raising the volume when the dishwasher's running.
Wow.
Or just adjusting the tuning based on the type of media you're listening to.
There's car stereo systems that do that.
Yeah, my car does that.
Yeah, and I like that this is coming to a home product.
Thoughtful sound experience, one that's tailored to your home and your moments.
Although you can see a fight as you raise your voice and it raises its sound, and you raise your voice a little louder and it gets...
With YouTube Music, you'll have access to the world's broadest
That's what I do when I'm yelling at my husband up the stairs.
We also support
Turn
all
up the
free
music.
and paid Spotify users.
You have to. You have to support Spotify.
Just use your voice to
Pandora,
start playing your
TuneIn.
iHeart, TuneIn. Okay, that's it.
I use
that's
TuneIn.
That's all it needs to be. Yeah, TuneIn. We're on TuneIn. So if you have TuneIn, you can listen to everything we do.
I listen to Romanian radio broadcasts
Or plug in that record
As well.
player.
TuneIn, yes.
Breathe new life into
And
that vinyl
TWiT,
collection.
of course.
In addition to TWiT.
Yes.
And of course, Max has a Google Assistant built right in.
Yeah, everything will have a Google
We made your
Assistant built in,
assistant
right?
can hear you even when the music is blasting, using our unique microphone placement and Google's neural beamforming technology.
I'm a little worried about what Google has on me
Voice
of what
Match,
it's heard me
the
say over
assistant
the
can
years.
become your own personal DJ.
You're going to have to give
We
that up.
recognize your voice, and we can play playlists and music.
At least they're not
stations
putting cameras everywhere
personalized
like
to you.
Amazon is.
It's true.
And Google Home Max is designed to be incredibly versatile and fit naturally in your home.
Oh,
You can
you
stand
can
it up
stand it
vertically,
upright.
place it horizontally, whatever makes sense for your space.
I'm trying to get the size of the
Its base
dimension.
magnetically pops into place. So when you change Max's orientation, there aren't any rubber feet where they don't need to be.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
We
magnets?
thought through every detail.
Oh, that's cool.
And finally, Max works seamlessly with the Google Home family and hundreds of Chromecast built-in speakers. So you can use multi-room to sync every room in
Come
your house.
on, all you got to
for
do is
immersive
buy a
sound.
couple dongles, plug them in your TV, buy
Home
this,
Max
and
will
you've
be
got a
Okay,
whole
$50
ecosystem.
more than the HomePod, same
$399.
availability time.
It'll
You do
400
get
colors,
a year of
chalk
YouTube
and
music.
charcoal.
Yeah, $400. So
Now,
it's
initially launched in the
Sonos
US,
priced.
with more countries coming early next year.
Christmas is
And to
just
make
going
sure
to
you
be
have an
me buying all
amazing
these
sound
things for
experience out of
myself.
the box, we're providing a free 12-month subscription to YouTube Red, which includes YouTube Music ad-free. We think you're going to really
wanna push
love the
YouTube
newest
Music.
members of the Google Home family. Along with the updates to the Google Assistant, they
I wonder if
represent
they're
a
going to
big
separate
leap
Google
forward in the
Play
type of
Music from
helpfulness,
YouTube
fun,
Red. Right now,
and
you
sound
get
you can
one
expect
that
with Google in the
other.
home. And
They
to
didn't
close,
mention
we gave Max
Google
a music lover to get their thoughts. Let's take a look.
Okay, here we go. Music lovers. Who is this music lover? Anonymous music
I'm
lover.
really trying to gauge the size. It looks like it's pretty big, judging by its view of this guy. It's hard. Show it, please. Just put a quarter next
gosh,
to it.
I'm a
it's
producer
Diplo.
and a DJ, so I'm not classically trained, but I'm obsessed with music. I listen to music all day long. I'm constantly being critical of my own music, of music that I hear. Watch this. Hey Google, play Particular by Major Lazer.
Sure, Particula by Major Lazer and DJ Mafursa. Here it is on YouTube.
Every room I have is set up to play music.
What's the fidelity of YouTube music? Is it the same as Google Play Music? Is it MP3? Is it what,
I actually don't know the answers
VP6?
to that.
What are they using? VP9?
I mean, when you listen from your phone, it doesn't sound as stereoific as
Hey Google,
play music
this song
stream.
that goes, wrist looks like Ben Dip. Did-a-na, did-a-na, did-a-na.
All right,
apparently they
Know
have,
Better by Major Lazer. Here it is on YouTube.
The speaker can
Oh, it's
find the
kind of
periphery
it's kind of
walls
big.
and where it is located in a room.
They want
Technology
when
to
you
understand
upload to
where
it,
is
FLAC
and to
44
adjust appropriately
1
is amazing.
by 24 bit, which is very high quality.
I mean, if you're gonna pay $10 a month.
And they say if you deliver compressed audio, use AAC 320, which is very high quality. So this is very high quality. Oh boy, this looks good. Direct competitor to both Apple's HomePod and Sonos.
Hi.
That's Matt
Folk.
Fokun.
As you just saw, there's so much amazing innovation happening in the home space. And at the same time, our phones have evolved to become the most trusted
He's a
devices
product
in our
director,
lives.
project management for
Have you ever
Create
wondered why the
Hardware
laptop
at Google.
experience has been
MIT
basically the
grad.
same for
MIT
the past
guy.
20 years? So while the laptop experience hasn't changed
Here we
all
go.
that
Time
much,
for Pixelbook.
how we use technology in our lives definitely has. We live
Let's see why
online,
it's going to start at 1100.
create and collaborate more
That
than
came
ever.
to Google with the Motorola
Use tons of
acquisition.
apps every day.
Oh,
And we're constantly
interesting.
It was
jumping
VP
between our
strategy at
phone,
Motorola.
tablet, and laptop.
Actually, I
to
take it
get
back.
things done
He was at Google
and have
and
fun.
took over as VP strategy
Shouldn't
at
we be able
Motorola
to
when
do
Google
whatever
acquired
we
them.
want on whatever device is in front of us? We think so. We've worked hard to combine the most helpful parts of
He's
a
an ops
laptop,
guy, basically.
a tablet, and a smartphone to fit how we use technology today. Meet Google Pixelbook.
Yay, baby.
The high-performance Chromebook.
Much as we heard, that shadow fooled me in all the
Yes, it did.
pictures. I thought there was some sort of
look,
lip
it's
there.
two-toned, like
Very
the Pixel.
thin. Looks like the Pixel.
Reimagines the laptop experience by marrying the best of premium performance hardware.
Uh-oh.
The
That means
speed,
over
simplicity, and
$1,000.
security of Chrome OS. The smarts of the Google Assistant.
And it's
and
still
all your favorite
can't
apps.
batch process raw files.
Pixelbook is a perfect example of how we
Come
combine the
on,
best
who
of
uses
hardware
RAW anymore?
Me.
with
I get yelled at if I don't.
Me too.
We'll start with
Really?
a
They
stunning
demand RAW in
versatile
your
design.
production?
Oh, yeah.
Pixelbook is the thinnest, lightest laptop we've ever made.
10 millimeters
and just
thin.
around 10 millimeters thin.
About
and a
2.2
kilogram
pounds.
You know, that is the reason I carry my
It's
Chromebook
so
everywhere.
light,
It weighs
I find
nothing, and I can just toss it
constantly
into a tote
checking my
bag.
Sure I haven't forgotten
It's a little heavier than Samsung's.
Pixelbook easily adapts with a 4-in-1 design. So it's built
But
for
it
the
is-
many
is
ways
also a,
you want to use it.
You know, foldable,
When you're at
convertible.
your most productive, it's an incredible laptop.
Okay.
Fold the keyboard underneath
Okay.
and easily watch videos or play your favorite games. Use Pixelbook as a tablet to catch up on the latest news or read a
Okay,
book.
that's 3. Where's the
It's
fourth?
the first
It's
convertible
gonna be
laptop
tent?
that actually
Tent mode?
feels
I think the
natural
fourth is
to
a
use
stylus.
as a tablet.
I see.
Prop it up into tent mode
Yep.
to share your screen or follow along with a recipe in the kitchen.
Sleep
Use it
underneath
however
it for
you
shelter.
want because Pixelbook adapts to fit the office.
This is very much like
classroom,
Samsung's
movie
$500 or
night,
$600
or even a
Chromebook
long flight.
Pro or Plus.
Pixel phone fans will appreciate our signature glass inlay on the lid,
Yeah, it looks just
giving
like
it
the phone,
not
doesn't
only a refined look, but improved wireless performance.
Oh.
Oh,
The
LTE.
12.3-inch touch
Something missing from the
Oh.
Pixel
Gorgeously
or the
high resolution.
Chromebook Pixel
With vibrant colors,
in the last
deep
generation.
blacks, and enough brightness
Quad
to use
HD
outside,
LCD
even on a
display.
sunny day.
235
We
pixels per
developed
inch,
an
12.3
extremely thin
inches.
keyboard that's comfortable to use with soft touch keys.
What about the
and a
trackpad?
backlit design that helps you work from anywhere. And Pixelbook's trackpad uses touch processing algorithms that improve accuracy and palm
Has that been a
protection.
problem?
With Intel
Touchpad
Core
on this
i5
$500
and
thingy
i7
is
processors,
atrocious.
Pixelbook packs
You're using the
punch.
Asus.
The
It offers
Chromebook.
plenty of RAM to handle your multitasking needs.
Intel
and gives
Core
you up to
i5, i7
512 gigs of
processor.
storage.
16 gigs of RAM. That's
Dang.
great. And i7 available.
16 gigs of RAM. Maybe I
of use
can batch
from a
process
single charge.
raw files on this.
And
USB-C
plugging in for
charge.
just 15 minutes gives you 2 hours of battery life.
I will say the battery life on the
You can
Chromebooks
even
is
use your
phenomenal.
Pixelbook charger with your Pixel phone, giving you one less thing to
I've gone a
carry
whole
around.
day without plugging mine in.
And in moments when you don't have access to Wi-Fi,
That's
Pixelbook
LTE.
is smart enough to automatically connect through your Pixel phone.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
I
a
like
smart way to do
that.
Instant tethering.
So it automatically tethers if you have a Pixel phone.
I hope that comes to my regular little Pixel.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it.
So
Laptop
much
or my
simpler
have to
than
get another
setting up a
subscription.
hotspot on my phone and then manually connecting to it on my laptop.
Apple does that as well.
Now, let's take a further look at the software experience inside Pixelbook. This laptop
I was going to say those
fast.
laptops are more
It
expensive.
starts up in
but-
seconds.
I don't think so. I think this
Yeah,
is going to be Apple
exactly.
price.
It won't slow down over its lifetime. Chrome OS provides a more secure computing experience with multiple layers of security and automatic updates. No need to worry about manual downloads or annoying security patches to keep your machine safe. And your most important files are available on your local drive and securely backed up with Google Drive. So you can access them from anywhere, online
How much Google
or
Drive do we
offline.
get?
We're also excited
I'm
to announce
grandfathered
that
in into a lot of
Pixelbook is the
space
first
from all the phones I've
laptop
activated over
with
the
Google
years.
Assistant built in, making it radically helpful.
Google Assistant built in. Will it have an
Just
assistant
like
key?
you can with your other devices, you can check the weather before heading out for the day, control your smart home, set reminders, check if my Packers won. Your assistant
Okay,
is there
he's a
for you
cheesehead.
no matter what you're doing.
I had that feeling.
And we've made it easy to interact with the assistant in all the ways you use Pixelbook. When it's in tent or entertainment mode and the keyboard is tucked away, simply say, "Okay, Google, play Future Me." And that exact music video I had in mind starts playing on YouTube. Other times, though, it's not the right moment or place to talk to your computer. Like if you're sitting at a coffee shop or out in the audience right now. So Pixelbook has a key that puts the power of the assistant right at your fingertips, letting you type your request. And when you're using your Pixelbook as a tablet,
you don't have anything like that on your Asus. No, I don't.
No.
It was rumored that some of these Chromebooks would have an assistant key, but I haven't seen one yet. Oh, and it has a pen.
A smart, responsive companion for your Pixelbook.
But it's not as it is with Samsung slotted into
hold
it.
the pen
It's
button
separate.
and circle an image or text on the screen, and the assistant will take action.
It makes sense. Not everybody
When you're
would want
browsing
one.
through a blog and discover
It connects
a new
you to the
musician,
assistant.
you can circle their photo.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that was cool.
All right.
So he circled a picture of the
Show me
guy,
more.
and it popped up the assistant with
Go to
the
their YouTube
information.
channel, get a list of their songs, and more. Or if you're doing homework, the assistant can help with your research. Like if you get stuck on a
What
really
is
unfamiliar
norepinephrine?
concept.
It's a hormone.
Just circle the word, and the assistant will give you everything
Thank you,
need
assistant.
to know.
You're so smart.
The pen is also handy for moments when it feels more natural to write, draw, or
Now,
take
this
notes.
sounds like it'll
Like
be
when
an
you're using
additional
your Pixelbook as a tablet.
cost, an accessory.
Yeah.
The experience using a
was
pen
rumored
should be
$100
like writing on
Looks like it has pressure
To
sensitivity.
bring that experience to life, we partnered with the engineers at Wacom.
Good.
And together we built
Good.
the fastest, most responsive stylus experience
You said
ever.
Wacom.
I say
Just
whack 'em,
10 milliseconds of latency,
but who knows?
60 degrees of angular
Only
awareness,
whack 'em knows.
and 2,000 levels of pressure sensitivity.
2,000?
I think that's
Pixelbook-
more than the
Pixelbook
S
Pen uses
Pen.
machine
That's a
learning
lot.
for
I have
handwriting
to Google
recognition.
that.
I don't know if I
It
can handle
demonstrates how
2,000
performance
levels.
hardware combined with our expertise in machine learning delivers a user experience that just works better. And shouldn't the apps you know and love on your phone
Smart to do the
also be
Wacom.
available on your laptop? With Pixelbook, they are.
It's about on par with the S Pen, actually.
Pixelbook
Looks like it's
fully
gonna have
supports
Android
Google
Play Store, of course.
So popular smartphone apps are now available on a laptop. In fact,
This has
it's
been a mixed
never
bag,
been easier to put
in
the
my
final
experience.
Still in
touches on
beta.
your favorite
Yeah.
photos in Adobe Lightroom and then post them straight
What a great
to
way to
Instagram.
get Lightroom on a platform, huh?
You can listen to music from Spotify or download Netflix shows and movies for viewing on the go.
Lightroom is
Pixelbook
so-so
is
on
also
the Chrome
getting better
OS.
and better.
Creativity apps like Evernote,
free.
AutoCAD, and
It's
more.
true.
And you do have Snapseed, which is
Snapchat is already one of the most
fantastic.
True.
popular
Google's own
apps
photo
among
editor.
early users. And we're thrilled to announce that the Snap team is working with us to bring an amazing Snapchat experience to the larger screen on Pixelbook.
Ah, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In addition to these
That's been
amazing
one of the
Pixelbook
limitations of Android apps on there is they have the Android
there are
phone
many more
shape.
developers building for the larger screen.
Then they crash if you try to maximize them.
Now, let's take a look at how Pixelbook will fit into your life.
Okay, Google, play Discover Weekly on Spotify. Okay.
I do not want to add up the cost of this event to me, but I have a feeling I'll be spending quite a bit of money in December.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you replace your Asus with this? You might want to. I've been holding
No,
off.
I need to get a real computer.
I almost got, well,
I don't have
that's
a real,
another
I mean, I
matter.
have a Windows, but I need to get a real computer. I think I'm
But
gonna
I
get
think
it, yeah.
that's part of what Google's trying to push here is this is a real computer.
Yeah, exactly. I just caught myself after saying
It's
that.
not quite, though.
I don't think of it as a real computer.
Well, you need to process raw files, for instance.
I need to
Camera
be
raw.
able to move really fast, and my experience with Chrome OS is I haven't been able to move really
Put
as
an
fast
i7
as I
and
want
16
to.
gigs of RAM. It might be.
It might be able to handle all that stuff I throw at it. Because I'm on a mobile processor on this little thing.
Go discover, go ask. This is going to be, what's interesting is they're trying to sell this as a consumer product, but if they price this as I think they're going to, well over $1,000, it's going to be a hard sell. When all the other Chromebooks are more like
And
500
everybody
and less.
knows an Apple MacBook is going to last you a long time.
That combines the best of Google's
Last
AI,
years.
software, and hardware. We think you'll love the beautiful, versatile design, high-performance hardware and software, new ways to access the assistant, and all your favorite apps. It's available in 3 configurations, so you can choose the performance, memory, and storage that's
They're
right
going
for
all the
you.
way up to 512 gigs of storage, which
Pixelbook
is
starts
surprising.
at $9.99.
Okay, so starting at 1,000.
And the pen is another 100.
Okay.
You can pre-order today.
And the Pixelbook Pen is $99. Both products will be available in the US, Canada, and the UK.
It's twice what the Chromebook Plus
on the Google
costs.
Store and at over 1,000 retail locations, including Best Buy.
Yeah, they're trying to go after consumers.
Pre-orders start today.
Feels too
They'll be in
expensive.
stores beginning October 31st.
End of the month.
You can get a Windows 10 machine for half the price.
Yeah, you can get a Chromebook for half the price.
And create.
If that's what you really want.
Next, Mario's going to come out and talk about our
He
Pixel
didn't
phones.
talk about the other SKUs.
No.
Because they're going to get very expensive.
Yeah.
An i7, 512
You don't want to
gigs,
advertise that
16
right
gigs
now.
of RAM, yeah. All right, now we get ready for the phone.
You change a period to a question mark.
Cars need drivers. It's hard to be famous. Smartphones can't get any smarter. Phones can't get any newer. They can't understand you. They can't see at night. Can I? Why? Funny, you should ask. This is Pixel time. What is that device? Oh, powered by Rolly on Google Pixel.
At Google, we believe in questioning the status quo. Asking more from the world around us is in our nature. After all, Google was built on a single question. What if all the information in the world was available to everyone, everywhere? A big question for us is, what if smartphones got smarter
This is Mario
and simpler?
Carros.
We set out to design a phone
Somebody
ourselves
brought up the imagery
because
of
we
the woman
believed we
taking a
could
bite
make
out of
the
an apple.
smartphone experience.
Oh, that's right. There was an apple.
The first Pixel phone delivered a clean and fast
VP
UI
Product Management at Google.
with the Google Assistant in your pocket and brought you the best camera ever in a smartphone. And we didn't stop asking big questions or working to solve big challenges for users.
His first
Today,
job 6 years
we're
ago to
proud
announce the Nexus
introduce
1.
The Google Pixel
Oh, wow.
2.
That was only
Designed
6 years
for
ago.
you
It feels
with
so
the
much
best of
longer.
Google built in.
There is the Pixel 2 sizes. They do have the, it's very much, it's
Kinda
exactly
blue.
what the renders
We've created
promised.
the new Pixel
Or the
in two sizes,
leaks.
a 5-inch and the 6-inch XL, with thoughtful design elements and improvements to the UI
Thoughtful design elements?
throughout.
Tell me, what is the
We're
thought
bringing
behind that
you
orange
more
button?
Google Assistant capabilities.
Well, there's an orange
We've added
button.
new smart experiences
must be
to the
the assistant.
camera.
I want to know what it is.
Not the Bixby button, that's for sure.
I was just going to
Plus,
say.
we're introducing some innovative new products to complement your Pixel experience.
Oh.
We do all this by bringing together the best of hardware, software, and AI. Let's begin with the design. We've evolved the Pixel's iconic look to be even bolder. The
Rumors were that
all-aluminum
the last
body,
year's Pixel was a rush job and not what Google wanted it
Yeah.
to be. This is presumably what Google wants it to be.
the soft sculpted back with a distinct sideband feels comfortable and secure in your hand.
I like the
refined
soft
visor is made
materials.
of sturdy, gently curved colored glass and transitions seamlessly into the metal body. We've
the
placed a
fingerprint reader
fingerprint
is
sensor
below the glass
where your
now.
finger naturally falls. It's extremely accurate,
That's the right place for it,
secure,
for sure.
Is
and
it?
it unlocks faster than
Yeah, I
any
think
other
so.
smartphone. We also added a small pop of color on the power button for a bit of playfulness.
Ah, it's playful.
Over on the front,
That's all.
Pixel
It's just
2's
playful.
front-facing stereo speakers
coral.
are precision-tuned
Yep,
to
front-facing
deliver the perfect
speakers,
balance
and
of
of course that's what
volume,
HTC did
clarity,
so well with
and
its
frequency response.
Boom sound, it used to be
Place
called.
them so you can comfortably watch videos in landscape mode without muffling the audio with your hand.
I do like that, but I also
If you
don't see
prefer
a headphone
headphones,
jack. What?
Use your existing
What?
analog headphones
What?
with the included adapter.
Adapter.
Digital USB-C
It's a dongle.
headphones for
Just
the
call it a
highest
dongle.
resolution audio all the way to your ears. Or avoid cables altogether with your upgraded Bluetooth 5.0 support and hi-fi
5.0
codecs.
support. Hi-fi codecs.
The smaller 5-inch Pixel 2 features a full HD OLED display.
Ooh.
And it's as smart as it is beautiful. The display intelligently selects which specific
So I believe
pixel
the
to
smaller
turn
one
on,
is made by
leaving the
HTC
others
and the larger
perfectly
one's
dark
made by LG.
for a 100,000 to 1 contrast ratio.
See if he talks about the squeeze.
That's twice the resolution and more than 10 times the contrast ratio of phones in its category with LCD displays. Pixel 2 comes in 3 colors, kinda blue, just black, and clearly white.
Blue.
These are all the leaks were accurate.
We
in this
love
respect.
picking the color names. So let's talk about the display on the XL. The 6-inch Pixel 2 XL
Kinda
was
Blue has a
designed with
green
innovative
on-off button.
POLED display technology. We elegantly curved the glass to bring the display to the edges.
It's
for a
curving.
full-screen immersive viewing experience.
This is a Samsung
The screen
Touch.
supports 18:9 QHD+ resolution with over 4.1 million pixels, which equals 538 pixels per inch.
And the Note
for
8. This is the new.
amazing detail.
And I imagine the
We tuned
iPhone
the
X is
display
very
to
close
take
to that.
advantage of the wide color
This
gamut
is they're
for vivid
tall,
and realistic colors.
2:1 aspect ratio.
We've integrated a circular polarizer, which lets you enjoy the screen
no
even
glare.
while wearing sunglasses. And we've optimized the displays on both phones for virtual reality.
Wonder who sources
They're
these
both
for
Daydream ready.
these displays.
The Pixel 2 XL comes in two colors.
I would
just
imagine it's
black
LG for
and the
this.
stylishly simple black and white. Feel free to choose whichever size Pixel you prefer.
Thank you.
Because you'll get the same great experience on both. We don't set aside better features for the larger device.
That's an interesting point. By the way,
Both
single
devices-
camera lens. Yeah, that's the salespeople in the front row, the Verizon folks.
Both devices are IP67 water and dust resistant and have an all-day battery that charges super fast. You get up to 7 hours of charge in just 15 minutes. Now,
I used to have an
Sabrina
all-day
from the
battery, and
Pixel
then I
product team
upgraded
is
to
going
Android
take us through
8.0.
the new Pixel 2 UI and some cool and useful features.
So no surprises here. All the leaks were accurate. Here comes Sabrina Ellis.
Thanks, Mario.
I like these new faces. I appreciate it.
To make the smartphone experience easier
Senior Director
and more
Product
helpful.
Management at
And you'll
Google.
see improvements throughout
Stanford
the Pixel 2's
University
UI.
School of Business
That helpfulness
graduate.
starts before you've even unlocked the phone. Let me show you the Pixel 2's new always-on display.
Yahoo, former Yahoo.
She was a VP at Yahoo Messenger.
Wow.
Time, date,
And a former
email,
senior,
and
she
text
probably wants to bury this from her
reminders.
resume.
Oh, no.
Senior Director of Product Management
was
at
there
Yahoo
when it was still
Mail.
thriving.
Still cool?
And there's more than just notifications on your always-on display. Have you ever heard a song you love?
There you go. Now they're going
Wondered
to
what
tell
it
us
was
about the
called?
song thing.
What's the song thing? It'll show
Do you want a spoiler alert?
You can just glance down to see the song name and artist on your phone.
So this is the always-on
What makes
display.
this feature so special
Which everybody
is that
does,
the music is
except
identified
that one.
without your Pixel 2.
But now it'll tell you what
Oh, this is
music you're
always
listening to. Yeah.
On-device machine learning detects when music is playing and
I think
matches
this is
it to
going to
a
end up being
database of
controversial.
tens
Because
of
it has to
thousands of
always be
yeah,
listening.
it does. But there was controversy when we had to say OKG.
Yeah, but that's a trigger that then it goes out to the server.
True.
What's triggering it?
Tap on the
It
song,
hears music?
Melody?
and I'm taken to the Google Assistant. I can add the song to my library in my favorite music service, like Google Play Music or Spotify, search the web for the song, or even watch the video on YouTube. This feature has brought me some delightful moments over the past
This
few
is
months.
gonna raise
and I'm
some,
finally learning who
questions.
sings my favorite songs. Okay,
And I don't.
so let's go to a
Is
live
this something
demo.
millennials want? Because I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't mind launching Assistant and saying, "What is this?"
Here we are on the new Pixel
I think it's a
2
bridge to something greater.
I think it's a bridge to
You can
Google
see
listening
here,
all
I
the time.
selected one of our live wallpapers. This is from our new collection called The
Pixel
Living
Ultra
Universe.
meeting?
And if you look closely,
Why are they doing
that?
this?
What's the Pixel
like
Ultra?
the waves crashing.
What's
on the
that?
beach.
Why are they doing this?
At the top of the screen, there's a space called
Secret
At a
conference
Glance,
room.
where you can easily
X.
see.
Everyone's asking now on Twitter.
We're starting with calendar events today.
It's
with
a
traffic,
hoax.
flight status,
Wow,
and
it's
more.
doing. This is.
In this case, I
This
can
is
see that
rude.
I've got a mysterious meeting coming up. Not sure what that's about.
This is an ongoing joke.
By the way, worth noting, the search bar is now on the bottom. By the way,
Found that it's easier to read.
Turn that off right away. I don't use the Pixel.
I
Launcher.
know we had that discussion.
It stays with you as you swipe across your
Why waste
screens
all
of
that
apps
space?
And widgets. A quick tap into the search box can help me find anything that I need.
I'm jealous whoever
As I start
can just
typing,
have 5
I can see web search
icons
results at the
on the
top,
front page
but
of
also
their phone.
contacts and apps from my phone.
I love secret. Is
I
it
can
Secret
even drag
Conference
an
from
app from
X or
here
Secret Conference
and
from
drop it right on
10?
the home screen.
I think it's X for Google.
We've also made it faster and easier to get to the Google Assistant on Pixel 2
Oh,
with a new feature called Active Edge.
oh,
Just
here we
give
go.
your
This is the
Pixel a quick
squeeze.
squeeze where your hand naturally holds the phone. And
Now, is
ask
this
for
on the
whatever
XL
you
as
need.
well, or just the HTC model?
Here's a quick demo.
I just hate this idea. Have you used this on the?
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of cool for like launching the camera.
Take a selfie. One hand, no buttons. Help me out, front row.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's good. That's the quickest way to selfie.
That was really quick.
Our
That was quicker than a
research team
double
investigated
tap
dozens
of a
ways to
power
trigger
button,
the
actually.
But squeezing the phone felt the most natural, satisfying, and
I
efficient.
squeeze my phone every morning.
After a lot of work in machine learning, we're able to accurately identify an intentional squeeze. We're really proud of how it turned out.
An intentional squeeze.
It was an accidental squeeze, Florence. I swear to God.
It's just a quick squeeze away, making lots of common tasks on your phone fast and easy. From calling and texting your friends, to controlling your smart home, to enjoying your favorite music and videos. And having the same assistant at home.
I mean, it's an HTC thing.
Yeah. The experience is connected.
So that's why I'm thinking it's only, but she did it with the larger one.
Did she?
So,
my phone,
or maybe she didn't. Shoot.
It's hard to tell.
Hey, I'm almost home with the pizza, so get ready for dinner. And my voice message is shared with my family through the Google Home in our kitchen.
How annoying is that?
The routines Rishi mentioned
that's going to be used a
coming
lot
to
in
the
my
phone
household.
as well. And we've also customized routines specifically from when you're on the go. The one I use most is when I'm on my commute. I jump in my car, drop my phone in the cup holder, and say, "Okay, Google, let's go home."
Sure, let's go. Your commute home is currently 27 minutes with heavy traffic if you take US 101 south. You have one unread text message. It's from Mom. It says, "We'll bring dessert to dinner tonight. Here's where you left off in fresh air.
Wow.
Have a safe drive."
Oh, I love that. That's what I need. I take like 10 minutes before I can drive off in my car.
Set everything up. Yep.
One quick command. I love how it resumes my podcast right from
I like that too.
Right through.
Yeah.
My assistant
But we got to see how it is in person, because that's when you really know if it's going to
automatically
work.
sends a message to my husband, letting him know I'm on my way.
This is something Apple added in iOS 11. This is a really important
Mm.
feature, and I'm glad to see both companies adopting this.
Based on your
Do not disturb mode while you're driving.
So with a quick squeeze, useful routines on the go, and an assistant that keeps getting smarter, Pixel continues to be the most helpful phone around.
This is where
Pixel 2
Apple
will launch
really
with
is
pure
being
Android
lapped
Oreo.
by Google with the
Features like
assistant. I
notification
think.
dots,
Siri
picture in
just
picture,
doesn't get
and many
smarter.
more.
Sorry.
If you already have
I use
a
picture in
Pixel, you
picture, by the
recently
way,
received the Android
so I
Oreo
can
update.
know how much
And we
traffic
hope
is
you're
on the
enjoying
way where
all
I'm
the
going.
improvements. As a
showing that
Pixel
off.
user, you'll always be the first to get OS and security updates.
Good reason to
without
get
having
one.
to do anything. Your phone becomes
They now have
faster,
change logs, by
more
the way,
capable,
on the,
and more secure.
Big improvement.
Security
all the
site.
Now
time.
you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Next up, my Aparna is going to share some smart, helpful new ways to use your Pixel 2.
They're really bringing in a lot of different presenters.
I
new
like it.
people. I think it's great. They all seem relatable.
A lot of women.
Yep. Normal humans.
Have you ever asked yourself, what kind of
Well, these are the
puppy
people
is
who
that?
work on these products. We
Right.
should know who they are.
I want pillows with that pattern.
I do too.
Our phones can help us in many
No.
ways.
No, I
but
don't want pillows
sometimes
with that
the questions we have are difficult to describe into a search box. As you heard Sundar talk about, we believe that as computers can understand what you see, it unleashes a whole new kind of assistance. That's why we started working on Google Lens, a way to do more.
Here we go. Google Lens, originally announced at I.O.
It's funny because
in May.
Microsoft has a lens as well.
Yes.
Office lens.
So let's see it in action.
Guess you can't own lens.
Say you see this flyer for piano lessons. As a guilty mom, I've done this. As you know, the email addresses on them are always
Is
so
this how
long.
you still find
Best music
people
teacher
to help
SF
teach your kid how
2001 at
to
gmail.com.
learn piano?
Now, you can simply tap on the lens icon, grab that right information, and fire off that email.
Oh, I like
This also
that.
Does that
works
work?
for
Have you
phone
used it?
numbers,
Does it work?
Websites and addresses.
They've promised this for some time.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Yeah, I remember this at Google I/O. I remember. I think they did-
Here's another example. You're at your friend's place at a party, you see this nice print, and you wonder who's the artist. Now you can just lens it. You can also follow up with what else did he paint?
Amazon tried this with the
You
Fire
can
phone.
use
Remember?
Lens to answer many more questions, like, is this movie worth watching? It totally is.
Yes, Wonder Woman is totally worth watching.
How good is
Haven't
this
seen it.
book?
I finally
from
saw it
Zadie
this last
Smith?
weekend.
I've been saving
Tell
it.
me all about
it's
this
an amazing
album
ride.
that
Yeah,
my music
yeah.
kid friend Rishi sent screenshots of. What was the temple from our trip 5 years ago?
No.
Look, across all these examples, there are a lot of things happening under the hood
No
that
kidding.
are all coming together. So I'm going to geek out for a moment and call out a few things.
Let's do it.
The computer vision systems. We've had some major breakthroughs in deep learning, and now they go from pixels in the photo to things in the
That's
scene.
Skynet-y.
I don't
All
care.
that's going on right now.
I don't care. I want it. This is where Google can really speed ahead of everybody.
And the power of Google's knowledge graph with its billions of facts about people, places, things. We put it all together, and now you know, this Buddhist temple in Kyoto was built in the year 1236 AD.
It's a very hard thing for other companies to do.
Now, this has to work in the noisiest of conditions. You know, these photos can be taken at different angles,
replicating
different
our own
times of
thought
the day, different
process
weather
in
conditions,
milliseconds.
out of focus pictures, shaky hands, you get the picture. To be clear, sometimes computers do trip up, especially when things kind of look similar.
But again,
like this.
they got to deliver. They've promised this. This is what Google Goggles did.
Let's take a moment. Is this a muffin?
A muffin or a dog?
Is this a chihuahua?
I have that problem.
You tell me.
That's awesome.
pretty funny.
That is hysterical.
It's early days for Lens.
Muffin or chihuahua?
I'm sorry about your dog.
Hashtag
like
muffin or chihuahua.
Our search index contained about 25 million pages. Now, it's in the trillions. When we started working on voice recognition, our algorithms couldn't always catch what you were saying, especially with an accent like mine. Now, we have an accuracy rate of more than 95%. That's as good as humans. We're just getting started with helping you do more with what you see, be it a photo from 5 years ago or something right in front of you. In time, we want to bring Lens everywhere, but super excited to bring a preview of Lens to Pixel users first. So you'll start to see this icon appear in Google Photos and soon Google Assistant.
They promised this.
We just talked about how the
did they
phone
not?
can help you understand the world, but it can also help you place things into the world. That's right. That's augmented reality. We see it as a powerful way to bring the physical and the digital together.
This is where Google
That's why
actually
we
has a
started
hardware
working
head start
on
with
AR
Tango.
Core, our augmented
They had a
reality
hardware
SDK
head start, but I
we
felt
see
like
that
Apple was a
developers
little
are
more
already using
user-friendly.
I think
and
Apple
it's-
owned the name, but I don't think Apple delivered with surprisingly with its
So let's take
iPhone.
house. They're bringing the showroom into your living
This
room.
is the IKEA
using AR.
AR kit feature that
League
you
of
see on the
Legends,
iPhone.
You can watch one of the most popular esport games.
This is
on an
I
AR
would say
map
parody
built
from
by Grab Games.
with Apple. Apple's not
With
using
Lego, my favorite,
special
you can
hardware,
build
Tango
virtual
style
models
hardware,
with
but
characters
neither
that
is Google
really
unless
come to
they've
life.
done
All the
something with
fun,
the Pixel that we
no
don't know
Lego
about.
pieces to step on. We at Google are also making some fun things, and our teams have been working hard to create this new experience. We call it AR stickers. It's built
Lord.
right into the camera.
This is going to be their
Pixel.
animated emojis.
With AR stickers, you can
Sony's been doing this
express
on
yourself
its
with playful emojis,
Xperia phones
fun
for
food characters.
years.
Have they?
There's lots to
Yes,
choose
they're
from,
downloadable
and more
AR
will be added over
characters
time.
that you can take pictures with.
Our partners are also
Although these are
making
probably
some
going to be
fun
a tiny bit
stickers
cuter.
here. And I want to show some of them to you right now.
I mean, come on.
So let's start with the
Anthropomorphic
Netflix
coffee
original,
cup.
my favorite show.
Uh-oh, Stranger Things integration.
Can't wait for season 2. Ready to see it? Okay, time to set the mood. Lights, please. Okay, here's
they get an
Leah
exclusive or
using
something?
The Pixel camera. We're looking at the AR stickers. We're in the Stranger Things collection.
Oh boy.
Yes? Okay.
Live demos are always
Character.
fun.
Let's pick Demigorgon and place him right next to me.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Nah. Ooh. Move backwards, Demi. Demi. Step back. Yikes.
Okay.
Jeez Louise.
You need to have a cup of coffee, dude. Notice how the creature's not just sitting around where you put it, right? It's not a dead sticker. It's moving. It's reacting to what's around it. It's alive.
This is their
We really
Animoji
paid
version.
attention to the motion, the physics, the lighting. We want to make it feel like it's actually here. Is it? But let's have some fun. This is a great photo or video, by the way. Please. But let's have some fun here. Leah, can we drop 11
in my
into
experience,
this?
you take one photo,
You do
you
this
post it to the
once.
internet, people
That's
go,
it. You're
oh,
done.
what's that?
Right.
Yeah.
And then you never do it again.
Hey, this is getting interesting.
But,
Now we have
oh,
two
wait a
characters in
minute,
the
look at
scene.
this.
And notice how they're not just reacting to the environment around them, they're reacting to each other. Right? They know each other's presence. That's a big reaction.
He's floating. I'm sorry. He is
These
not on the
interactions
ground.
make some really interesting moments here.
Wow.
That was fun.
Tango hardware would be
Thank you, Leah.
fantastic in this phone, but it's obvious it's not.
Now you can be the director of all kinds of
It's
stories
odd.
and share these with your friends.
If Google's not going to do it, who
You'll
is?
have more AR stickers to play with, your favorite characters from SNL, YouTube, the NBA, and just
Yeah, I can hang out with LeBron in augmented reality.
Star Wars.
See how tall he really is?
Oh, I want to hang out with Luke Skywalker.
Again, the Disney. This has got to drive Apple nuts. This has got to drive Apple nuts.
And this is because
then again, how can you avoid Disney, though?
Well, but Apple should have the inside track
It
with
allows
Disney.
robust tracking,
and,
even in low light
apparently
conditions. It also supports 60 frames per second rendering of AR content. You saw how the camera can help us
So
do
they're
more
saying the
with what
camera's
we see
optimized,
with Google Lens.
but it's still not.
You saw how the camera can bridge the physical
I haven't
and
heard
digital
anything
with
about
AR.
megapixels for the camera.
But the Pixel
Well,
camera
we haven't-
also takes awesome
We're not there yet,
photos.
maybe?
It's time to talk about
So to
photos.
tell you all about it,
Here we go.
we'll have Mario back on stage.
There we go.
This is the photos part. Of course, this is arguably the most important
Thanks,
part
Aparna.
of this.
We hear every day from users of the first Pixel phone that the camera is one of their favorite features.
It is.
It is.
You can see why in the amazing photos that people post with the Team Pixel hashtag. Last year, Pixel received a DxO score of 89. That was the highest rating that DxOMark had ever
Apple
issued to a
and
smartphone.
the Note 8 are
both got a
94.
Oh, I thought they got 100.
We have
94,
reimagined smartphone
I
photography
believe.
through great hardware and unparalleled imaging
Or maybe I
software.
read it's out of 100. Maybe that's
tuned
right.
by our engineers and researchers. Today, we're proud to announce that DxOMark has issued Pixel 2 an unprecedented score of 98.
What?
Okay, you can't get much better than that.
Okay.
That does beat both the iPhone 8 and the Note 8.
Wow, what nice timing after yesterday's little news bit about that.
Camera. Let's talk about how we achieve that.
It's almost as if
And
they
it starts
planned
with great
it.
hardware. The Pixel 2 has a 12-megapixel f1.8 aperture rear camera.
So people
with
are
optical
buzzing
image
about
stabilization.
possibility of
We've integrated these
earbuds being
components with our
announced
HDR
with
plus
Assistant built
computational
in.
photography.
So
For every photo, we take a burst of shots with short exposure times to avoid blowing out the highlights. We then align and combine
This is
each
how they handle
pixel
the lack of two lenses.
algorithmically
They say
for
we're going
optimal color
to do it with
and
one.
contrast. All of this happens
I was going to say, I
instantly
feel
with
like
zero
the
shutter lag.
Pixel phone of the
The
phones I've
results are
shot with in the
stunning,
last year has
with
had the
high
best
dynamic
dynamic
range,
range, so I can
even
do
in
more with it
challenging light
afterward.
conditions.
Fantastic.
This year, we've increased the dynamic range and improved texture and sharpness. And
It
combined
does have
with
a
new
propensity to make the
autofocus
sky
mechanism
very blue, though. You can
and
even see it
optical
right
image
here.
stabilization to reduce blur from shaky hands.
People want that.
You get amazing
Yeah.
shots every time, like this and this.
Point being here, the darks are still visible
Pixel
with the
2
brights.
also
They're
brings you
very high
portrait
dynamic
mode.
range. Oh,
But
Portrait
we're implementing
mode.
it a little bit differently.
I'm so
We're applying
excited.
Google's
Anything
unmatched
you can
computational
do, I
photography
could
and
do
machine
better.
learning.
I could do
Portrait mode
anything
lets you take
better than
professional
you.
looking
have
shots
to do this now.
with a
Can you do
blurred
portrait?
background
Yes, we
to make
can.
the foreground
You have
pop,
to.
like what you might capture with an SLR camera. Other smartphones do this by combining the images from two cameras.
Yes.
Pixel 2 does portrait mode with just one
We
camera
only do it with
and
one.
machine learning. What's unique about Pixel 2
It's all
is that it
computational,
can generate
ultimately.
a
It doesn't
true
really-
depth
hardware
map
gets less
with
and
a
less
single
Yeah.
lens. So you get beautiful portrait shots.
I have to say,
without
Apple's
needing a
portrait
second
stuff, especially the
camera.
new stuff, is terrible.
The way this works
Terrible.
is that the Pixel 2 camera.
I liked
includes
it. I like the novelty of
All
it.
right, let me take a picture of you and you'll
This means
see.
that each pixel
I
in a
played
You
image
with
like
it a little bit
You
on
like
the
it until
right
somebody
and a
uses it
left
on you.
view. The difference in perspective from those pixels, combined with machine learning models trained on almost 1 million photos, means that this works on really hard cases, like a
doing them all.
busy, colorful background. And yes, this does work with objects too. And there's more. Portrait mode doesn't just work on the main camera. Because of the quality of Google's computational photography with a single
normal.
It
camera,
doesn't look good from the
you
side.
can also
That's
take
normal.
portrait
That's
selfies
best.
through the front camera on both the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 2 XL.
Now, the V30 is supposed to have a very good camera, too. I've seen
It
that.
does.
The Pixel 2 takes
Yeah.
amazing
Well, I mean, I
videos,
have a
too.
pre-production
We're
unit right
applying
now,
optical
so.
image stabilization simultaneously with video stabilization.
Oh,
at
do
the
we have
same time.
OIS now?
And
Other
EIS.
smartphones do optical or digital. We do, but don't do both at the same time. During video
that's
recording on a
interesting.
Pixel 2, the OIS hardware actively corrects shake artifacts, while at the same time, the software-based video stabilization uses intelligent frame look-ahead to stabilize the overall video. We call this fused video stabilization, and it's another example of Google's hardware plus software plus AI working together.
At this point,
The result is less motion blur.
all the flagship
even in
phones
low
have
light.
extremely good
Your
cameras.
videos look smooth and professional.
The differences
Pixel
are
2
minor.
camera also supports a feature called motion photos.
You got to have at least
The
parity.
photos you
And
take
it looks like
with your,
Google's done that
For the
plus.
photos you take, your Pixel captures up to 3 seconds of video
And this
behind
is
the
the
scenes.
live
removing
pictures thing
uninteresting
Apple's had
motion
for some time.
and applying our unique fused video stabilization technology to the result.
That's interesting.
But of course, the proof is in the photos and videos. So we invited some photographers and producers to test drive the new camera, and they were stunned by what they can do with the Pixel 2.
Since you can't call them live photos.
Timmy McGurr, better known as 13th
What color should I
Witness
get?
on Instagram. And
I'm really partial to the kind of blue.
Just the Pixel 2.
Kind of blue is definitely
The film
different.
you're about to see uses
Oh,
no
we can pre-order
attachments,
now.
fancy rigs,
I'm
or
supposed to do
lighting.
it before.
All
Kind of
the
blue
video
only
footage
comes in
and
64
stills were
gigs, it
captured
looks
on
like.
Pixel 2 phones without
Do
any
you need
image
more?
enhancements.
Well, wait a minute. No,
or
I'm
color
sorry. I
correction.
misunderstood how it works.
And there's a ghost living in my head.
All right, I might have to join you on this train.
I'm going to go with the clearly white.
Clearly.
Trade in up to $410 when you trade in your old phone, which I will do.
I'm tossing off my Pixel to my husband. He's on a Nexus 6P right now.
Wait a minute. 5-inch Pixel 2. Oh, looks like there is limitations.
$200 extra for the Pixel 2 XL.
If you want the larger, you don't have the choices in colors, it looks like. Just have black and white.
And
or
if you
black.
want an unlocked phone, it looks like you can't choose the blue one. You can only choose between white and black.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate.
So there are some limitations. $950 for the top of the line XL.
$130 now for the preferred care, which includes extra protection for your device.
Do you get that? Do you buy that?
I don't, but that's because I try to just buy the OtterBox, which is $60.
Yeah. Delivery November 14th, 15th.
All right, I'm going to join you, Leo.
I got the black and white.
I'm going to get the smaller one.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm going to go small this time.
I wanted the orange knob.
No image enhancements or color correction.
Coral.
Now,
Leo.
the
That's
Pixel
coral.
2's camera is simple
I want to call it coral.
That's orange, baby.
Photos and videos can look just as good. So, the Pixel 2's photo experience doesn't end when you take a photo or shoot a video. We want users to be able to easily find them and store them securely without having to worry about running out of storage.
That's not too bad.
Simple storage and search is part of
700
what
after
makes us
taxes.
Google. So we're happy to announce that Pixel 2 users will
Isn't it funny
continue
how
to
our
get free
expectations have
unlimited
changed?
storage
You're like,
for all the photos
that's not too
and
bad.
videos
Just
they
1,000.
capture in the highest resolution, including 4K videos and motion photos.
Okay, yeah,
This is a
October
big
18th.
deal.
Woohoo!
Oh, I got mine sooner than you.
Aw.
This is a big deal. Pixel users take twice as many photos
I waited
as
too long.
iPhone users.
Yeah, man, you got to push
Store
that button.
an average of 23 gigabytes of photos and videos per year. in
I'm going to wait
Google's
on the
cloud.
smart home stuff, though,
If you had to use iCloud,
because I think I have my eye on that big speaker, but I don't know yet.
With Pixel, you can safely and effortlessly store all of your memories for free. With your permission, Google Photos automatically tags and categorizes those thousands of photos and videos you'll take with your Pixel 2. You can search for photos of your friends, of a specific location, of dogs.
I love
all
photos so
without
much.
the
As soon as I
hassle
got
of
back
manually
from New York
tagging
City a couple
or
weeks
sorting.
ago, it gave me
That's
all the
amazing,
photos
isn't it?
I needed to
Yeah.
share with my friend.
Our problem and not yours.
A newer email address.
We're delighted by what we've
She
been
can
able
view
to
them because
achieve
she has a
with Pixel 2
Gmail address.
photography.
So unlike the rumors, these are Qualcomm 835 processors, not this rumored
So to recap,
836.
The smart and simple
Just fine.
Pixel
That's this
2
year. Oh, it's
has
water
everything
resistant
you
now.
expect from
Super fast charging.
IP67.
some things you might not.
12.2
A gorgeous
megapixel
display
camera,
that brings your
f1.8,
apps, photos, and
1.4
videos
micron pixel sizes.
All-day
Oof,
battery
I'm going to
that
love
charges
taking pictures
super
with
fast.
this.
Quad HD on the
Water
6-inch,
resistance and
2880 by
security features to keep your
1440.
phone
That's
and
a
your data
18 by
safe.
9.
Easy, quick access
Aspect
to the Google
ratio.
Assistant, which understands you and gets smarter and more helpful
Pixel 2 will
all the
be
time.
5 inches.
Fun and useful ways
1920
to use
by
your camera,
1080.
like Google Lens and AR. And the best photography for many phones.
And as rumored, no
Brilliant
headphone jack,
photos,
just a
smooth
dongle.
professional video.
I don't know how I'm going to do with that. This will be
We're also making
interesting.
it easier than ever to
I don't
switch
like
to
it, but
Pixel.
I think we got to
Most
live
new
with it.
Pixel users will be able to transfer their stuff from their old phone in less than 10 minutes.
Looks like they're going to offer a USB to
Including all
go,
of
a
your
dongle
photos,
that will let you.
apps,
Those things are
and even your
fantastic, by the
iMessage.
way. Samsung's
So let's
phones
talk
come
about
with that,
availability
or
and
they come with a
pricing.
little adapter.
Pixel 2 with
Oh,
its 5-inch
when you buy a
cinematic
Pixel 2, you'll
display
get a
starts
Google
at
Home Mini
$649
for
the
free.
64GB
You get a
version.
promo code.
Yep,
The
they'll
Pixel
email
2
it to you
XL
soon.
has a 6-inch full-screen POLED display and starts at $849. Both phones will
P
be available in
pentile?
6
Is that what they're saying when they say
Australia,
POLED?
Canada,
Plastic.
Germany,
Plastic.
India, the UK,
We don't do
and the
pentile
US.
anymore.
In the
I
US,
guess.
we're teaming up with Verizon to bring you Pixel 2, and you can also buy it on the Google Store and through Project Fi.
So it looks like the kind of blue
I probably
one,
should have bought it for Fi.
Uh-oh.
Did I blow it?
Maybe.
As a Fi
well, if
subscriber,
you
does
cancel it, it's going to change your due date or your shipping
I
date.
don't want to mess with that.
Later this year. And we have a new family of cases that make your Pixel
Yes, new family of cases. Tell me
Pixel
more.
owners can customize a live case.
You know, I
with a
have the
favorite
Essential
photo,
phone, and that's one
place,
problem. Nobody makes a
artwork,
case for
or
it.
one of your
Oh, that is an issue.
They only sold
We're
5,000.
also launching a range of soft
pretty, but-
fabric cases in 4 colors. And more than 250 Pixel 2 accessories from 25 popular brands will be made available through our Made for Google program. Finally, to
Made
make
for Google
sure you're
program,
getting
there it
the
is.
most out of your new phone and the Google Assistant, we're including a Google Home Mini with each purchase of a Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL
Did you hear the
for a limited
gasps?
time in Australia.
It's
Canada,
50 bucks, guys.
Germany,
Come on. It's not that much of an expenditure.
Yeah, but it's good. It's nice. Saves me a little money.
Yeah.
So that's the new Pixel.
I did
the
get
radically
the,
helpful smartphone.
You've
that combines
overdone
the
your
best of Google
bandwidth
hardware,
message yesterday in
software,
my
and
Google
AI.
So did
Pixel.
Michael Fisher when he
Yeah,
came
Yeah,
to
a
the
lot of
studio.
people did. And
yeah.
then it said, sorry, this morning. That was a mistake.
I saw that this
Take
morning.
it back. So I guess I'm getting the orange button. I didn't really consider that in my product purchase decisions, but
I don't get the blue one. I'm going to have to go with a plain white phone.
because you want the larger memory, or
No, because I want it unlocked.
Oh.
Because I want to be able to take it overseas and not worry with Verizon.
Yeah. It's Verizon otherwise. It's blue is only Verizon.
It seems to be. It didn't
Yeah.
pop up for me when I chose unlocked. When I chose unlocked.
So there you have it. Exactly what we expected Google to announce in an hour and a half. New phones.
So I heard there's
new
a
home.
couple more things coming out.
New Pixelbook.
Yes, so far. We still have
You think there's one more thing today?
we still have a Daydream headset.
Oh, that's true.
And I'm holding out for some buds. Or the Pixel. Yeah, it's been over 5 minutes since the Pixel Ultra and yet nothing. I feel cheated and baited. Shiny new things is always fun, especially in this world right now. Can't wait to squeeze my phone.
So both of them are squeezable. They didn't make the distinction.
Yeah, well, they said we're not going to give you features. It's special to one size.
It's really interesting to see Google choose a single lens and say, we don't need 2 lenses. We're going to do it all with computational photography. We're going to take many images constantly. And we'll be, maybe this is the one more
Hello,
thing. Here
Justin
comes
Payne.
Justin Payne.
So, as
Max's
you've seen,
brother.
we've spent the past year reimagining a simpler, more helpful smartphone experience.
He
We've also
says
been
in his
working
Twitter
on some
today,
new
I get to
products
announce the product I've been
to make
working
your
on
Pixel 2
for
experience
quite a
even
while.
better. Let's start with the newly updated Google
There we
Daydream
go.
View, our virtual reality headset. We kept everything from last year that people loved, and we made it even better. To start, we have a new lineup of colors that complement this year's Made by Google family. We also upgraded the lenses and the fabrics, so the headset has our widest field of view yet and is super light and comfortable. Of course, what matters most in a VR headset is where it can take you. Last year, we launched with 25 apps and games, and now we have more than 250 high-quality
I have
VR
one that's been
titles.
sitting on my
We've
desk
also
for
seen that people love
a long
going
time,
places with VR videos.
just never put it on.
I just
We're
put mine in
excited to announce a
storage.
slate
Yeah.
of
I have an
premium
Oculus Rift
video
now.
content
Even that,
coming to
I have one of
Daydream,
those too. I don't.
including
We haven't
multiple
really
new
used it.
original
I
series
haven't been in the
on
mood for
YouTube
VR, quite frankly. Maybe I
And
should
on
be.
Google
I think
Play
it's kind of a
Movies,
bust.
You can experience new IMAX movies available for free to Pixel 2
It's
owners.
not my idea of
So you
IMAX.
get to hang out with tigers.
I'm still waiting to. I know people who use it on the plane, but I'm still waiting to see people I don't know just kind of in
That's
it.
too weird. Remember, while it is, filling your vision, it's still low quality because it's so close to your eyes. It's a very low quality image, in my opinion.
These
You
movies
see the
sound
pixels.
as amazing as they look. And now you can even cast the
Price
experience.
of the current one is
to the
$80.
TV, so
The
your
rumor is
friends and
they'll
family
bump it by
can see what you're
20.
seeing. The new Google Daydream View is the best mobile VR headset on the market.
$20 more for
and will be
pink.
available for $99.
I want to know if they fix the tracking.
Today, we're
in that
also
remote.
announcing a smart new audio accessory.
Here we go.
Pixel 2. Our first pair of premium wireless headphones.
Darn it. Okay, do I have to go back to the Google store? Hold on.
Pixel Buds.
Google Pixel Buds.
Oh, they go around your neck.
Yeah.
Our team designed Pixel Buds for great
I just ordered my
sound,
second pair of
delivering
AirPods from
clear
Apple. They
highs
just
and
work.
deep
They're
bass.
great. They work with
So whether
Android
it's
fine.
jazz,
I have a
house,
nice little
or a
Bose
symphony,
set that I
it
wear
all
for
sounds
I like the wire
working
around
out.
your neck, but I guess
With
it
Pixel
helps from
Buds, controlling your
losing them.
music is super simple.
Oh, they
because
look
all of the
strange. They look like
controls
gauges.
Are built into the right
They
earbud.
do.
You simply tap to start and stop your music, or swipe forwards and backwards to change the volume.
All right. Back to the store.
And what's amazing is when you pair
Like,
your Pixel Buds with your Pixel 2, you get instant access to the Google Assistant.
And
We
this
optimize
is
the
of course what
experience to
Apple
be
does with
quick
the
and easy.
AirPods.
Just touch and hold the earbud.
Oh, yeah.
and ask your
Here's a
assistant
little
to play
product
The
music,
store now
here.
has everything.
or give
Yeah.
walking
And the
directions,
clips, which we'd
all
heard
while
about.
keeping your
We'll
phone
see
in
this.
your
There'll be another
pocket.
product to announce.
It can also
A little
alert you to
camera.
Oh, my credit card.
notifications and read your messages.
Yeah, this is a big. This
Pixel Buds work
I
great.
can't.
$160.
Even gives you access
I
to
think
a
I'm gonna
new
wait, guys.
real-time
Sorry.
translation
They're a little more
experience.
expensive than the AirPods.
Not that
That's
crazy.
It's an
interesting.
incredible application of Google Translate powered by machine learning.
Translate. This
It's
is
like
the
having
Babel
a
fish.
personal translator by your side. To show you how easy
This is how
Black.
marriages are going to be made.
I'd like to
Kinda
invite
blue.
Isabel back on stage
I'm gonna get
for
white,
a conversation
'cause then
in
they look
her
more like
native
gauges.
language, Swedish. So, Isabel is going to speak Swedish into her Pixel Buds, and I'll hear the English translation
Oh, Isabel's
out of
Swedish.
Pixel 2's front speakers. And then I'll
Okay,
respond
let's
in
do
English,
this.
and she'll hear the Swedish translation in her Pixel Buds. To illustrate this today, you'll hear both sides of the conversation. Okay. Hey Isabel, how's it going?
Hej Isabel, hur är läget?
That was
Helt okej,
fast.
tack.
Absolutely okay, thank you.
Wow. Okay, this is amazing.
What do you think of these cool new headphones?
Vad tycker du om de här coola nya hörlurarna?
Mitt team designade dem, så jag tycker de är ganska coola.
OMG.
Wow.
It's the Babel fish. It's Douglas Adams' Babel fish.
So while
Do you
you're
want to try
up
these
here,
with Romanian?
What color should I
Yes.
get?
Do you speak Romanian?
Du är
Yes.
här. Vilken färg ska jag välja?
Jag tror ganska blå skulle passa dig.
I think kind of blue would suit you.
I want to try it with an uncommon language.
Jag tror jag drar nu. Publiken vill nog se några fler nya grejer.
I think I should go now. The audience would like to see some more new stuff.
I wish I could hear what the assistant
Yeah.
was saying because I want to know the complexity of
Yeah.
the sentence she was saying in Swedish.
Thank you, Isabel.
That's so
With
cool,
Pixel
though.
Buds, I can use real-time
I'm gonna presume that's
Google
not fake, that
Translate
that's
to have a
genuine demo.
natural conversation
If that is-
in 40 languages.
Look how many
Because
languages.
Croatian-
Letting you connect with the world
Finnish.
around you
Finnish.
in a
These are
more
hard
natural
languages.
way. By
Of course,
rethinking
German,
how
French,
headphones should work,
Greek, Hungarian,
Icelandic.
Icelandic is
Machine
really
learning,
hard.
and giving you
Japanese.
access
I'm
to
going to
touch
Japan in the
finger.
spring. I'm gonna. This
Google
could be
Pixel Buds
amazing.
come in a
You
pocket
could
be
totally try
amazing.
them out.
charging case that provide up to 5
All right.
hours of listening time with just one charge.
I ordered it. It says
case
November
holds
27th or
multiple
28th
charges.
for
All right.
delivery.
So you get up
Will you
to
have it in time for
24
Japan?
hours
Yes.
of listening time
Awesome.
when you're on the go. Pixel Buds are available in
Pixel
clearly
Buds.
white,
It's the
kind of blue,
Buds.
Such a funny
and
little
just
name.
black
Pixel
to
Buds.
beautifully complement your Pixel 2. And they'll be available in November for $159, and pre-orders begin.
Waitlist on the Google Home Max. There is not a.
I'm
ordering
just going to
for
wait
that.
a while.
We have one more product to show you.
Yes.
Oh, this is the clips, right?
It's about photography.
Okay.
Now, we all love photos.
Wow. $1,750 if you want to get an i7 16 gig
A lot of our
512
photos
gig
let us
storage
step
on
back
the Google
into the
Pixelbook.
moment.
$1,750.
Isn't that the cost of a
Some of our favorites
MacBook
are the candid
Pro?
ones, like this. They capture the essence of a moment. But the problem is, to get those photos, someone needs to be the photographer on duty, waiting to press the shutter button at just the right moment. And we were thinking, how do you capture those fleeting, spontaneous moments while letting yourself be part of the moment?
Man, my credit card's
So we've been working
groaning.
on that. And I'm really excited to share an
I'm scared.
entirely new type of camera that works with your Pixel. We call it
November
Google
3rd
Clips.
through 6th delivery on the Chromebook Pixel. So here's the clips.
And this first edition is specifically designed with parents and pet owners in mind.
Oh?
So you'll
Thank
capture
God I
more
have
of
neither.
those
Oh my gosh, I want to put this on my
spontaneous
cat.
smiles, First steps and first
I don't think you
She
put it
runs
on
away.
your-
She runs away a lot.
You put it on your
Clips
cat?
I want to know where
things
she's
you would
going.
expect
You don't
from a
put it
great
on your
camera. A high-performance lens, a powerful image sensor. It has a shutter button. But that's not what this camera is all about.
What is it about?
We reimagined this camera
This is
from
also
the inside
waitlisted,
out,
$250.
starting with the software and applying machine learning to build a camera that takes photos for you, so you can enjoy the moment and instantly get shots
not creepy.
you couldn't get before.
Do you put it on your flower bag? Where are you? You just.
How does all that work?
See, I do this with the
starts
Gear
with an AI engine at the
360.
core of the camera. Let's talk about what that engine does.
I make little time lapses.
This
with
is
my
an
family.
odd product.
You look
but
for people you care about.
we've seen
You
these.
look for smiles.
I used to wear a thing
You look for
around my
that moment
neck that
your
looked just
dog
like
starts
this.
chasing her tail.
My father did this with a handy cam and a
all of that
tripod,
for
the
you.
old school
Turn
way.
it on, and it captures the moment so you can be in the moment.
How does it know when to take a
And
picture?
because the software is at the core of the camera,
Maybe they're
it's going
smiling.
to get smarter over time.
Is at the core of the camera.
We also reimagined what camera
interesting.
hardware should do for you.
How good? I
Clips
guess
is
it could be
tiny.
the same
It
as
weighs
the
almost
Pixel.
nothing.
Yeah.
So you can easily
Same
toss
camera.
it into your pocket. And it's a hands-free camera, so you can get these amazing new perspectives on your experience and get yourself in the shot by attaching clips to almost anything or setting it down.
And then you just let it take pictures?
Now, from the beginning, we knew privacy and control really matter. And we've been thoughtful about this for Clips users, their family, and their friends. Let's start with the basics. It looks like a camera, and it has an indicator light, so everyone knows what the device does. Next,
That's smart.
it looks for stable, clear shots of people you know, and you help the camera learn who's important to you. And finally, all the machine learning happens on the device itself.
That's very interesting.
So just
for
like
Google.
any point and shoot,
It's got 16
nothing
gigs of
leaves your
storage.
device until you decide to save and share it.
So it's recording locally.
This approach to designing and engineering clips
130 degree,
requires
very
some
wide angle
significant
lens,
technical
f2.4.
to miniaturize the type of powerful machine learning that only a few years ago needed a supercomputer.
Someone in the
take a
chat
look
mentioned
at
that
what Clips
they keep
actually
using the term
captures.
"will get better in time," and
Yeah.
we were talking about that last
So here's some
night.
clips
Well,
I
even at the
captured
beginning of
with
this
my
event,
family
they said
at home.
Yeah.
our artificial
you can
intelligence,
see,
our machine learning is
it's not just
always
photos that
learning, and
clip
that is
everything.
something really different from what
Taking
everybody
little
else is doing.
snippets that capture the whole moment.
If they
We
live
call
up to
those,
this.
of
right?
course, clips. You can save
This
them
is
as a motion photo.
completely new product category,
or
which is very
choose
interesting.
any
Although it reminds
frame
me a little bit of the
to
HTC
save as a
Re.
high-resolution
It's like a
still.
Re, but it's not designed to stream to
It's like
YouTube.
having my
True.
own photographer shooting and choosing
Which
the
the Gear
best
360
moments
also
for me.
does.
And I just have to swipe to save to Google
There
Photos.
have been some
which can
life cams
automatically make
designed
movies
to
out of your
hang around your
clips
neck
in
and
seconds.
kind of shoot your life. This is not that, though, really.
So that's the new Google Clips.
I
A
think
new
this
type
is
of
really
camera
interesting.
that
Is it
brings
water
together the
resistant?
best
I
of
want to
Google
take this with
AI,
me on the paddleboard.
Software
Yeah.
and hardware to help people more
Doesn't
easily
look like
capture
it is, but-
genuine, candid moments of
$250
family,
It's pricey.
friends, and pets.
This is
About as much as
Clips will
the
be coming
360
soon and
cameras.
selling for
Yeah.
$249.
Yeah.
Take a look at some of these great clips from our earliest users. Enjoy.
Okay, here we go.
This is one where you're just going to have to get us try it, I guess, or let us try it and see if it
I have
does
a
what it
feeling
promises.
this will be tossed out as a free gift at Google I/O next year.
I certainly, I certainly will be
Rick is
Rick
back.
Osterloh back on stage in his
What you just saw
soft tea.
in Pixel Buds and Clips blends AI with the best of Google software and high-performance hardware to create new, radically helpful experiences for users. This is our strategy for the Google hardware team, and you've seen it come to life in all of our new products. The two newest members of the Google Home family, the beautiful new Pixel
This
phones,
is Rick's coming out party,
premium
actually,
Pixelbook
as hardware
laptop.
guy at Google.
and of course,
Yeah, no
the
kidding.
Google Assistant,
And
the primary way we bring AI
I received
to our
an
users.
email from Google PR
Your
yesterday
personal
saying Rick
Google
is available to
ready to
talk
get you the
on
help
TWiT,
you
or
need.
so they're sending him out
Talk to it.
to pitch this. Well,
what you see,
I mentioned you,
or just give
and
your
I said
photos
all about
please.
Android and This Week in
the
Google and
simplest way to get
our new
things done,
weekly
and it just
newsmaker
works.
show. I said TWiT
So
probably isn't
here
the
it
right
is.
show for him, but we'll get him on TWiT sometime in the
This
next week
year's Made by Google
on
family.
one of our shows. He wanted to be on the Sunday show. I don't think that's a good place for an interview. That color,
the coral.
We've created them as a single
Maybe
set
wait
of
until you see it in person.
that are designed for you with familiar elements, from soft materials to curved lines and simple, stylish colors. They look great together, and they also work great together and perfectly demonstrate our approach of reimagining hardware from the inside out. Thanks so much
is generally
for joining us
glowing.
today. For you live stream viewers, take a closer look at our new products at our redesigned Google store. For everyone here in SF Jazz, you'll get to see everything up close in our demo area outside.
I was
Thank you so
invited,
much,
I'm glad
and
to
enjoy
say, to
your
this
day.
event. But I decided I'd rather be here with you.
Well,
But many of the people we know will be at this event and
Yes.
hands-on. The biggest product announcement, not only from I've ever seen from Google, but I don't think anybody's come close to announcing this many products in a single hour and 43-minute span.
it's been a while.
It's remarkable. Of course, all of these were rumored, except for the Google Clips. I don't think anybody had any.
And the Google Home Max.
No, I saw some
Oh, no,
rumors
you're
about
right. That was rumored.
Yeah.
That was rumored.
So let's, Florence Ion is with me from All About Android, and let's just run down the things.
Yeah.
We'll do it quickly because there's a lot to talk about. We will talk more about it on This Week in Google this afternoon, and as I mentioned, we'll get Rick Osterloh on the one of our shows in the next week and talk about it. But I think, very impressive list of products from Google, all around one idea, which is an ecosystem that's built on artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Sundar Pichai said at the beginning, as he did at Google I/O, that we are no longer in the mobile era, the mobile first era. This is the AI first era. And it makes sense for Google to say that because no one has anywhere near the information and the skill and the power that Google has in this realm.
Very true, Leo.
Yeah. So new products, well, I guess we should go in the order that they went. They talked about a new Google Home, a Google Assistant, and a Home Mini. Yeah, if you go, by the way, the store is open, and you can order all this stuff. Not all of it will be available. Some of it is just get on a wait list. But the Google Home Mini is a donut. I'm going to call it a donut size, especially if you get the Coral, because it sure looks tasty. Basically, Amazon Echo Dot clone.
Yep.
It's the Google Assistant. It has, though, unlike the Dot, they said, a good speaker, a 360-degree speaker. It will also connect via Bluetooth. It doesn't sound like it has an auxiliary jack, but via Bluetooth to a Bluetooth speaker, so you can get bigger speakers coming out of it. Google now has a party mode, and they have another speaker, which we'll talk about in a second. So Google is really going after not merely the Amazon Echo market, but the Apple HomePod market and the Sonos market. Sonos had a big announcement this morning saying they were going to introduce a smart speaker, much like these smart speakers that Apple and Google are announcing, that has Amazon Echo support. Google will have the Google Assistant support. But it will tie into a much larger ecosystem. They pointed out how if you have Chromecast on your TVs, the TV is now a display for Google Assistant. If you have these speakers, you could have a party mode, you could have separate mode. It looked like a very sophisticated tool, and they emphasized how each user has his or her own account. It's context sensitive, and it works with kids.
Yep. They have a little kid mode that you can set up now for your kids. It's supposed to be used for your kids under 13 years of age, help them engage the Google Assistant. They can play games with it. They can ask it for homework help if they need.
And it integrates into all your other Google devices, including, and most importantly, the Nest devices.
Yes, which is another ecosystem that Google really wants to sell us on, kind of like get that security in our house in addition to all these other devices.
But as you can see here, they don't deprecate the third parties. SmartThings is included.
No.
As is Honeywell and Hue Lights and Wemo.
Belkin, Wemo, yep. TP-Link.
If this, then that. So this is a full ecosystem, which I think is smart of Google. It's a little bit more open, perhaps, than Apple will be with its HomePod. We'll see. Apple's, didn't talk about it in their most recent event. It won't be out till December, but then neither will the
Google Home Max.
The Max.
Which is pretty big, it looked like, in the little video that they were showing us.
Yeah, it was hard to tell. Let me get a picture of it from the store.
It looks like it's supposed to sit in your living room. You can make it vertical and kind of to put, I'm assuming, one on either side.
I think they're look at this picture. They're intentionally making it look bigger than I think maybe it is.
Are you posturing a bit?
Yeah. It's got 4 speakers, two tweeters, and they call them woofers, 4.5-inch woofers, but that really would be a little small for a woofer. In an enclosure, very much like the Sonos Play 5. See, that's more, there you go. There you get a better idea of the size of it. It's not quite as big as a Play 5. It's maybe a little bit smaller. But they're emphasizing, as Apple has with its Home Hub, I'm sorry, HomePod, this ability to tune for your space. So it'll equalize, give you full audio no matter where you put it. One of the things Apple will do, though, is if you get 2 of them, it'll make them stereo. They didn't really talk about that as far as I can remember.
Well, you can hook up the Google Homes now.
Yeah.
And do multi-room.
Will they be stereo?
So
Left-right stereo?
I'm assuming they might do that over Wi-Fi.
That seems like something you ought to do. That they should be able to do. They do have a party mode, so if you have multiple speakers from Google,
it's very fun when you have multiple speakers in a 2-story house, by the way, because it's a party upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah. And party mode was hard to do. I mean, that was really Sonos' secret sauce for years.
Yeah.
Seems like everybody can do it. Chrome Audio added it not so like 6 months ago. So we know Google can do it. The idea here, though, is it is a speaker with Google Assistant built in. It supports not just YouTube Music and Google Music, but Pandora, Spotify. It's a more broadly ranged option, it seems to me, than Apple's will be. Wemo, TP-Link, all the smart home stuff, entertainment from Netflix, YouTube, CBS. Tasks from
Domino's is the first task, by the way. You can order Domino's through Google Home.
Not a selling point for me. Headspace, though, I love. In fact, use Headspace on my Google Home right now. It's really neat to meditate with your Google Home and let it direct you. So it'll work with Chromecast and Chrome-ready, cast-ready TVs as well from Vizio.
Vizio TVs, have the Chromecast built in, which is awesome. Ron has one of those, Ron Richards.
As you look at this and this product line, you really see that Google is saying we're gonna own the home, and we're gonna do it with a broad ecosystem of things. As Nest, of course, has security, has lights, has cameras, has thermostat, has a doorbell now. So Nest announced a bunch of products
coming out in November, so next month. It's around $500. Almost $600 for the whole security kit that you can buy. Comes with like a couple things. With the, I believe the doorbell is coming a little later, actually.
Yeah.
So I believe that's coming in the first quarter of next year.
Google also announced, as we expected, a new Chromebook, a Pixelbook. And I'm relieved to see that there isn't a lip extending behind it. It really fooled me in the leaks. But that's just a shadow in these images. It's very thin, 10 millimeters thick. That's as thin as any of the thinnest laptops out there, including Apple's MacBook. A little heavier than the Samsung Chromebook Plus. It's a little bit over 2 pounds. But they are offering it in some very heavy-duty configurations.
Ooh, yeah.
There are 2 i5 configurations, one with 8 gigs of RAM, one with 4 gigs of RAM, with 128 gigs of storage and 256. And then if you're willing to spend over $1,700, you can get an i7-based Chromebook Pixel, or Pixelbook, I guess they call it.
Who knew we needed that?
With an i7, 16 gigs of RAM, which you do, I think you do want. The more RAM, the better on
Absolutely.
Chrome, right? And kind of unaccountably large 512 gigabyte storage. You don't really use Chromebooks for local storage, so that surprises me. They also announced a accessory pen, which is made by Wacom. That means they have a Wacom digitizer in the screen of the Pixelbook, and that's actually very good news for people who like to use pens or styluses. That's a very good technology. 2,000 levels of pressure sensitivity.
And the pen unlocks assistant features.
That's kind of cool, too. You can, for instance, they showed, if there's a picture on the screen, you can use the pen, circle it. Google Assistant will know, oh, you want to know who that is, and will pop up that image, let you buy music if it's a musician. You got to wonder, though, they keep mentioning Stranger Things. If there's some sort of partnership between Netflix and Google on this, or they just know that we love Stranger Things, that may be it.
They're trying to be relevant, trying to really appeal.
Yeah, well, they appeal to me with that one. I like it. 10.3 millimeters thick. That's very, very thin. And they say this with all this stuff, all-day battery. Those are weasel words. We don't really know what that means.
True.
7th generation, up to 7th generation i7 Intel processor, up to 12 gigabytes NVMe storage, 8 or 16 gigs of RAM. I was wrong. I'm sorry. The lowest end still has 8 gigs, which is pretty good. And fast charging through Type-C connector. This is an interesting product, mostly because, and they say they'll sell it at Best Buy, mostly because it's so much more expensive than other Chromebooks.
It is. It's just as expensive as anything Microsoft and Apple's putting forth.
More
and
expensive
you really
than many
have to
Windows
ask
machines.
yourself if that's something that you're going to get full use out of. I want to try it. I want to see if those problems I'm having with this little, Chromebook might be fixed by all that hardware boost that it's getting.
The other thing they pointed out, they're not going to make an LTE version, but they pointed out, well, if you have a Google Pixel phone, it will automatically see your Pixel phone, and you can use it as a hotspot without any additional configuration.
Awesome. That's
I think
so
that's
cool.
a nice feature. And it makes sense, because I think one of the reasons people don't want LTE in a laptop is they don't want a second or third account with the cell carrier. This way, you've already got an account. You've already have a Pixel. Maybe you even have a Google Fi, which means that hotspotting won't cost you any more than it does already. Let's see, what else? We're just beginning.
What else? So after the Pixelbook, the Max,
the Home,
the
the Mini.
It was the Pixel 2.
It's the phone.
It's the phone.
And rumors were correct, although I didn't see any of the rumored images with the orange button.
You didn't?
Did you?
Yeah. I
okay.
believe that was the original
Maybe I just didn't
Evan
believe
Blass.
it. Evan Blass knew.
Yes.
Ev Leaks knew that it was going to have a colored on-off switch. It's not a Google Assistant button. It's just an on-off switch. And there are, depending on your configuration, there are different colors, but not all colors are available in all configurations, as we learned when we tried to order.
It appears the kind of blue is possibly a Verizon exclusive, not available for unlocked
Wasn't that the case last year as well? I think it was.
No, last year the blue one, I believe, only came in 32 gigabytes.
Oh, that was the limitation. Yeah.
Launch?
So this no 32 gig version. It's either 64 or 128, right?
Yep, which I appreciate.
Yep. You have the big one, which is a 6-inch, 18:9 aspect ratio, quad HD screen, OLED, POLED screen, or you can get an LCD screen in a 5-inch model. Hardware inside is the same on both. Snapdragon 835 processors, the same camera, 12-megapixel shooter, a single lens camera, unlike Samsung, unlike Apple, unlike LG, but Google says we don't need 2 lenses because every time you take a picture, many frames will be shot in a variety of different lighting and focus ranges. And I thought all of a sudden I ran out of storage.
No.
That's just the ad. Okay, good. And so they can do computationally. They seem to think the same thing that Apple's doing with 2 lenses with a single lens. Of course, we'll wait and see. But they did proudly trumpet the fact that DxOMark has given them now the highest score ever, a 98, beating the 94 that both the iPhone 8 and the Note 8 achieved. I think once you get past a certain point, all these cameras are good. They're all good.
They are.
I'm curious to see what Google's doing. Of course, both Flo and I immediately ordered Pixel 2 phones.
I got a smaller one this year.
Good.
Because I got the XL last year. I decided to go smaller this year.
It's funny. I did the other thing last year. I got the smaller one, and I regretted it. And eventually
really?
ordered
I
the
hope I
bigger
don't
one.
regret it because I have to give up my XL.
Yeah, I like the idea of a smaller phone. I'm not against it.
I kind of miss it.
But I find myself looking at the screen at about 3 inches from my nose because it's small.
It's true.
I don't know. We'll see. You can report back. Both phones will offer this squeeze feature that HTC first delivered in its Ultra U11, where you squeeze it to launch Google Assistant. It says it will notice the difference between an accidental and an intentional squeeze.
We'll see about that.
And one of the demos they did on stage, which I thought was really impressive, was she squeezed the phone to take a smiley. It immediately went to a selfie. Or a smiley. I'm going to call them smileys from now on. Take a selfie, and it immediately went to 3, 2, 1.
It was quick.
It was the fastest selfie I've ever seen. She
quick.
said, squeeze, take a selfie, boom.
Just as quick as double pressing the power button.
I think that could be good, and I think if they continue to beef up Assistant, that may be something you want to launch all the time.
Show your friends what your Assistant can do.
Yeah. They're keeping up, of course, with the unlimited photo storage offer that all Pixel phones had last year.
I certainly hope so.
That's a must because you do take a lot of photos.
Because I need it.
Yeah. Then came some interesting products.
Mm-hmm.
Products that have been rumored but not fully fleshed out. First, the Pixel Buds, which are Bluetooth wireless headphones. They do have a attaching cord. Doesn't look like it's an electrical cord. It's hard to tell, to kind of hold them on, you know, to keep them from, so you can dangle them. It's one thing AirPods feel like they're more likely to get loose because there's nothing.
There's nothing tethering them to you.
Them. At least if these fall out, there's something holding on.
Like the little leash for the baby pacifier. Clip it around
I wish
your
you hadn't
collar.
said that. No, I'm not going to. They come in black, white, and blue, just like everything else. They're loud, they're proud, they're wireless. This is what Google says. The actually, now that I'm looking at this close up, what are these two gold dots here? I don't know.
Oh, I think that's
Is that a proximity sensor, maybe, or huh?
Or they
charging
magnetize
pogo pins for charging. That might be what
maybe it is for charging. I was thinking maybe they'll magnetize the two buds together so they sit around your neck like an actual necklace.
I ordered them. We'll find out in a couple of weeks. A lot of this stuff won't be available right away. Some of it is available instantly. These you can get, I think, in a month. They will, much like the AirPods, allow you to touch them to control the Google Assistant. But the most amazing demo, I think it's the best demo of the day, a day of some really interesting demos, was the instantaneous translation. Yeah. And if that works true to form, that's remarkable. The idea that you could stand across from somebody speaking a language you don't understand, speak to them, it will translate for them in their ear, and then they speak to you and it translates in your ear. It is the science fiction Babelfish Douglas Adams created for The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a little thing you put in your ear that simultaneously translates. That, if that works, we got to do it with Romanian.
Yeah, I want to see it.
But if that works, and boy, on the stage, they were talking in Swedish and English, and it was very quick. It was almost a fluid conversation. It was as quick as simultaneous translation.
Yep.
Breakthrough. Huge. Now, these are not cheap. They're, in fact, more than Apple's AirPods, $159. But if it can do that,
they might be worth that.
It might be worth it.
It has the assistant built in. I imagine you have to put a little bit of circuitry in there to do all that.
They show on the page a young woman tapping him saying, "Help me speak Japanese." And at that point, it does.
Help me speak Japanese. No problem.
I'm going to be in Japan in April. I will try these. That could be a breakthrough. That could be huge. You touch and hold the right earbud to activate the Google Assistant on your Pixel. So you must have a Pixel. There's not, the smarts are not in the pods, the buds. They're in the Pixel, but that makes sense. And I presume it is the Pixel for now. Maybe it will work with other Android phones. But increasingly, Google's really saying, we don't want you to use other Android phones.
We're tired of it. Stop going to Samsung for everything.
Yeah.
Look what we can do.
Yeah. And just like Apple, they're making an ecosystem. I'm sure these will work as the AirPods do from Apple with other phones, but not with the Assistant.
Right.
So that's interesting. They come with a charging case, much like the AirPods, although, as with everything Google's doing these days, it's fabric colored. 5 hours of listening time with one charge. The case holds multiple charges, up to 24 hours of listening time on the go. This is comparable to Apple's very similar product, the AirPods. So access music, messages, and more. One of the things, another great demo was the driving mode on the Pixels. She said, throw it in my cup holder, say, take me home. And it did everything you wanted to do, including resume your podcast.
A lot easier than getting into the car and trying to manually set everything up. Even with Android Auto, I still have to set things up.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, it looks like those are pogo pins, John, because if you look at the schematic that's offered on Google's store.
Oh, there we go.
The charger seems to have some pins in it. Adjustable loop cord. I guess does the loop go over your ear? I guess it does. Touchpad is on the right earbud only, so you have to get used to touching your right ear.
What happens if you're a lefty?
Which I am. I'm just going to have to use my right hand. Let's see if I can glean anything else from the specs. USB-C to USB-A charging cable included in the box. Makes it easy to charge. So they do use USB-C charging, which is nice.
They better at this stage in the game.
Yeah. Does sound like it works as an audio headset with any Bluetooth, as long as you have Android 5 or higher, iOS 10 or higher. But to access the Assistant, you need Android 6 or higher, and I'm going to guess you need a Pixel, although they don't say that here. So
and other requirements, which is a link.
Oh, there they go. That's a link. Other requirements
is going to take us to a support page.
What you need to use the Google Assistant on your phone. Well, that's okay. That just means on your phone. So they said the Pixel 2 will be the first with Google. No, they said the Pixelbook will be the first with Google Assistant. We have Google Assistant.
Maybe they'll roll it out.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out.
Stage rollout.
Maybe it will work with other Android phones. That would be nice. And then they announced a weird little product called Google Clips, a standalone camera with a wide-angle lens and artificial intelligence that knows when to take a picture. So you put it on something. That's the clip on the back. You put it on something and you just point it at your family and you let it do its thing. It has 16 gigs of internal storage. They said, and this will assuage some privacy concerns, it does not automatically upload to the net until you tell it to. So it captures the images locally. And they say gets smart, as with everything Google announced today, gets smarter over time, knows better when to shoot those short clips. It says Google Clips captures motion photos that last several seconds without audio. No audio on it. It sounds like a fairly limited device.
No audio on it.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
So you're taking video.
Just motion. No.
Oh, and it's $250?
Yeah. It does learn to recognize familiar faces like humans and cats and dogs.
That's cool, but I can't hear them.
Yeah. It's more, I don't know.
What if I have a vocal cat?
I think it's really about stills that have motion clips or something.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's so compact and why you can just easily clip it onto your shirt, but I don't know about the no audio thing.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be one of those weird things. $250 available, not yet. You have to get on the wait list for this. A number of these products, that and the big speakers, not available today. Everything else available for pre-order today for delivery in various time frames. And Flo and I both maxed our cards out during the show.
Better be worth it.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new products in an hour 45
minutes. When
did
Google become a hardware company?
Google is a hardware company. There's no question about it.
Officially.
And an ecosystem company. They were moving towards that for a long time. But now you have Samsung's ecosystem, you have Apple's ecosystem, and you have Google's ecosystem. And I guess you also have to say you have an Amazon ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's some crossover, but for the most part, you want to pick one. And while I don't think that's great for consumers, it's great for these companies.
Absolutely.
And given the range of offerings, when you throw Nest into the mix that Google offers, I don't think anybody comes close, even Samsung.
Samsung actually just announced something with ADT earlier this week.
Well, maybe Samsung, because they have the phones, they have the watches.
They have a smart things ecosystem.
By the way, no mention of Android Wear here. That's really, I think, over. No mention of Android TV here. That's not over. I love my Android Shield, but Google stopped making them several years ago. This is the ecosystem as it stands right now. Cameras, speakers, an assistant everywhere. Oh, and I forgot to mention an updated Daydream View.
Yes.
Bigger, better lens, new colors, that kind of thing.
No tablets, which maybe speaks a little more about the industry.
I think that Pixel C was, probably that's it on tablets.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you want a tablet, I think their thought is, well, get a Pixelbook and tent it or fold it over.
That's what I did.
It's a tablet. That's what you can do with your Asus.
That's what it's to be fair, I do have a Tab S3 at home.
Okay.
From Samsung.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, Samsung's kind of the last,
tablet
I guess Asus
maker.
makes some tablets, but really there aren't many left. And I think that probably does speak somewhat to customer demand as much as anything else.
And when you've got so many Kindles to choose from, and you've already got your books on there, why would you need anything else?
Florence Ion, thank you so much for getting up early and sharing this event with us. You were here last night for All About Android.
We did the pre-Google.
Did it live up to everything you thought?
Yeah, it did, actually. I was really happy for sort of like the extra little bits that they announced today. I appreciate that as just a person who is in the Google world with her devices.
Yeah.
I guess now I just want to wait and play with these things and see how they're going to work, because that's where it's really going to come down to it.
It's going to be an expensive Christmas.
Oh, yes, it is. No one's getting gifts this year. If you want, just come to my house. You can play with my stuff, and that's your gift for Christmas this year.
You can catch Florence every Tuesday around 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, 1 in the morning UTC for All About Android. You held down the fort this week, but Jason will be back next week, right?
He will be back next week.
That's great, Jason Howell and Ron Richards and Flo. And where else can we catch your work?
Well, I'm also on the Relay FM network on the Material Podcast.
Love the Material Podcast.
Thank you.
With my good buddy,
with Andy.
Andrew.
Yep.
Andrew Kanatko.
and you could just find me online.
It's the Slavic cast.
It actually is. Yeah. Russell, Andy, and I, we're all
Slavs.
and we all of our last names begin with I. Yeah. So I kind of dig it.
I like it. Oh, that Flo on the Twitter, OHTHATFLO.
Come find me there. That's where you'll find out where I'm writing since I'm freelancing now.
We're going to stick around and do Windows Weekly in moments, but I want to thank everybody for joining us for this, a big event from Google, maybe the biggest event they've ever had, maybe the biggest event I've seen in years in technology, and I think very, very exciting and very, very expensive if you want to buy it all. We'll see you next time on TWiT Live Specials. Bye-bye.